a mimic one. And it'll probably the mimic will probably be the rest in peace one.
Hello. Almost wanted to push to talk on Force of Habit now. Welcome,
I
welcome. Things should be going good for our stream tonight. We will get right into it. Our heroes last week met Xanth the Centaur, whose tribe was all killed and uprooted from his home. He is left to wander the Neverwinter Forest. He is helping Falcon and Fandolin by discovering a circle of standing stones where the orcs have proceeded to take up establishing a ritual of sorts and getting it ready. He told you of the barrow where you fought a skeletal dragon to prove your worth as heroes. Zenora wild shapes for the first time for most of the party, except for Ima, into a large, menacing crocodile, and never seeing a croc before, Vilfin attacks at both reptiles in this battle. Ima keeps the party together with healing, and Sebastian fights from the highest vantage point, Radilac's pack. Radilac eventually holds the Dragon Slayer's sword in his possession. Xanth has a camp set up outside and waiting for you. Sebastian sneakily took Mero, the skeletal horse, with him as you left the underground barrow as well. And as you take your watches, Radilac notices his mirrors glowing cryptically, pointing in different directions, and mentions it to Zenora, who's also taking watch with him. Both of them work out that it's tracking something trying to be invisible, and Zenora, spotting a man in black, gives chase. He managed to slip away, but accidentally left some clues as to his motives, possibly. And in the morning, after rituals are done and grazing is accomplished, you follow Xanth into the magical dark Neverwinter wood toward the Circle of Thunder. In the wood, you find what looks like a dead tree with about 10 twig dolls with hair wrapped around them and beating hearts of boars still inside each of them. You try to cut down the dolls and stomp on them when the roots of this tree rose up to grasp at as whoever could possibly get in its reach. And sensing that this is more ominous than it seems, you felt the need to get out of there. The party leaves, only to run into a patrol of passing by, and what Ima overheard in Orcish was that the leader, Yargath, and his orcs are heading towards the ritual at the circle. Crossing a deep gully in between you and the orcs, the party attacks violently, causing some of them to run away. Taking one of them down, one of them still managed to flee. And turning to look around after the battle, they see the bushes rustle and Xanth step out, holding by the collar what looks like a rogue in black leather tied with rope around his hand and his waist.
I believe the one that fled, Ema killed with an arrow before it got away.
I have to rewatch it.
From
I'm
memory.
pretty sure there was two. Oh, we'll find out.
Wilfin killed one with Radiant Sunbolt, and I think Ema got the last one.
All right, good.
With an arrow. But it doesn't really matter. Just what I recall.
Good stuff. So you are Xanth is standing there holding this. He is somewhat tall if he was standing. He's kind of hanging in midair right now. His features look a little elfish, but a little too round-faced as well, so maybe half-elf. He looks pretty young, long braided brown hair. Once his hood's fallen off, shaved on the right side. He's got these cyan blue eyes looking at each of you. Not very happy that he has been caught, and he can't really move. He's just hanging.
So, Xanth, if you want to drop him, you know, the blade would just slice his neck. That's fine with me. But
That's right. That's right.
Perhaps you want to explain the fuck you're doing?
It's too late. I've already failed. If you've caught me, I've already failed. I'm an apprentice. You were kind of my graduation. I'm supposed to watch you for 5 days.
Apprentice to who?
To a rogues guild.
And watch who for 5 days? All of us or just one of us?
The minute bull looking fellow with the horns, and then just watch you. I haven't hurt you or
what's the
anything.
contract? I mean, you say with the Thieves Guild you've got a contract. What is it?
Oh, it's part of like I'm supposed to be just watching you. I didn't hurt you or anything. I'm just supposed to stay out of sight. And if I stay out of sight, I could move to the next level. Apparently, I'm on day 2, and I haven't passed, obviously.
Well, apparently not, because obviously it was you last night hanging around.
Yeah.
And this wee piece of paper belongs to you then.
Yeah, that's mine.
So again, who is the contract with?
I can't say.
Oh, you can, and you will. I'm telling you that right now.
He stays quiet. You still keep the blade to his throat, Denora.
Yep, Alcantara. Did you not see what I can do if I put my claws around your neck?
I have a wife. She's sick. Being a rogue's all I can do right now.
I punch
Well,
him in the
apparently
ribs.
you suck at that. So perhaps we get all along this moving and just tell us who the fucking contract is, because I don't want to have to kill you. Maybe.
Yeah, I crack him in the ribs.
Make a roll quick for him. Doesn't look good for him. He just kind of coughs a little, and
That one was a soft one. The next one will not be.
Xantha is still holding him, says, do we kill him or do we leave him?
Just give us a wee moment.
He still keeps holding him.
Sonora is going to switch out the scimitar blade for her paw and put it around his neck.
Radlak, I mean, you might be interested to have a wee chat with this person. Yeah?
I don't know, you two seem to be handling it okay. Do I recognize? Does he look familiar at all?
No, not to you. He doesn't.
We need to teach you about being intimidating. You're a wee softy. You need to just to bulk up a little bit, yeah?
I got you two around, don't I?
Well, yes, of course, but I think he'd be a wee bit more scared if you were to maybe headbutt him in the face, you know. Show him how strong you are. Knock on his face like you did on the door in Vanderlyn.
I don't know if he'd still be talking if I did that.
As you guys are speaking, you hear this whoosh of air, and an arrow hits him right in the throat, and he's gasping.
No, it doesn't. Not if I can help it.
You're not surprised?
Deflect missiles.
Okay. What do you need to roll for that?
Actually, no, I can't. This is not directed at me. Damn it!
Out of curiosity, considering I'm in front of him, would it hit me instead?
Is your arm up, like at a slant?
My arm's up on his throat and I'm in front of him.
It's going to hit him right. Let me make a roll for them, see if it does. No, it's going to hit him right in the throat.
So
Which
it's
direction did it come from?
It's going to be, if she's having him this way, then it would be sideways, an angle.
I would instantly turn and head in that direction and start looking for an assailant.
Go
And
for it.
gonna just put a paws around his neck, grab the arrow, and just tell Xanth to pop him down, and we'll get him down, and we'll keep the actual arrow where it is. So, you have a choice. You're going to die. Do you want to die a hero or a dickhead?
He is making these sounds with his throat as he slumped down, as Xantha rests him against the tree and grabs his javelin, because he could see kind of that sort of direction, and he's going to start following Vilfin.
Yeah, and I would have already said go, Xanth.
Yeah.
Do you need me to roll anything?
I would say investigation, because you're probably walking as fast as you can.
Yeah, 23.
All right. You see the broken branches. You're going to follow that about 120 feet. This person's also moving at the same time. And once you look around, you're not going to find too much, but you see the path directly back towards Vandalin. That's what you notice from that.
Out of question, what direction is that? Because at the end of the last session, I was looting the dude I hit with an arrow.
You
Which
was
is
looting the dude you hit with an arrow?
The one that I hit right at the end.
Yeah. So you're wanting to know what direction it's in that guy went from?
He was like 100 feet away, so...
So it would be the southern direction towards Vandalands where he would be running. And you are going northward, so you would be a little bit eastward. So you'd be sideways.
Oh, yeah, sweet as.
Yeah.
So we can sort of see roughly where he's
You can see the
cut through
direction.
the trees.
So if I had a map for you, it'd be kind of
Um,
towards Falcons, towards Vandalin.
Okay.
That's where you're kind of...
But no sign of him
No sign of him.
or the assailant.
I'd walked up to the choking blood dude and cast Cure Wounds on him.
Choking blood dude.
Well, I don't know his name, so
Fair
choking
enough.
blood dude. So he
Makes
gets
sense.
6 points of healing damage. And yeah,
Would I
but I'm
pull
gonna
out the arrow or?
I was going to say, do you
I'm gonna
leave the arrow in
leave-
his throat
I'm
or...
no, I'm going to leave the arrow, but I'm going to cure the wounds around the arrow.
I don't know that he'd
Nice.
be able to talk. I'm thinking it's still through
That's
his
not my
vocal.
problem.
Yeah,
I
it's
just
a
don't.
esophagus then, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want him to die. I just want to keep him alive.
Makes sense.
It's pretty rough.
Yes.
It'll be painful and uncomfortable. That's kind of what we want.
Yeah.
He's not talking anyway. So, like, it's not like he needs his throat.
This party's into some dark shit.
So you said you had the
This,
face.
this dude's like tracking you, so I don't think he's a very nice fella in the first place. So I'm keeping him alive, but at the same time, I really don't care if he's able to talk anymore. And walking around with an arrow through your neck would be pretty interesting.
Eventually, Xanth and I would make our way back to where everyone else is.
So
And just, he's got away. He's pretty quick. Heading back towards Fundlin, I think.
So as Sebastian's cured the wound, I'm going to snap it so it's not sticking right out. So it's just a piece about that long. I'm going to go. So you had the wife, a sick wife still? Do you want to go back to her?
He's nodding.
Right.
Radlad, what was that? Those fellows that you worked for that were looking for you. What were they called? Again, I forget.
The Legion.
With the moment Redlac mentions Legion, I'm going to look at the dude's face and see if he reacts.
He doesn't react. Yeah, well, I
Doesn't
could
react.
say roll insight and see if you notice anything,
just
but
to
I've
see if
already said he
he
doesn't
kind of-
react. Yeah.
Any kind of recognition.
I
No.
don't see it.
24 inside.
He's just pointing to his pocket. Wait, he can't because he's tied. So he's just like with his phone.
So I'm going to search him.
Search him anyway.
We'll search
We
him.
would have searched him eventually.
You find 20 gold, 2 very nice daggers, and you do find a framed little painting of a little woman and child and him together that he keeps like in those little locket-size frames, but not much else because he did already have that paper to find you. You have that in your possession now, so.
We're pretty
So
certain. I'm pretty certain he's working for the Legion under a contract.
So
But,
just out of curiosity, have I seen the child and the woman by any chance?
Roll
Around town.
insight to see if you remember seeing him around town.
20?
You don't really remember. You do know there's lots of children and young wives, but you don't remember seeing those people in the picture, or him, really.
So
Well,
the
Radalak, I think it's your decision. He's after you. What do you think we should do with him?
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
he is, but he just
what's that
made a shitty
chick?
decision. That's all. Like,
I think he's actually that chick, that in the one that runs the spy
From
network. Probably,
the,
probably one
possibly,
of
but she
his
seems like
men.
she's legitimate, and I've spoken to her directly. She seems okay. I don't think she would be one set out to make gold from us. I think she realizes that we could probably make more gold if we're not being hunted by anybody.
Not to be harsh, but we could drag him with us because they are summoning a ritual and take him along.
True. I believe. I think that Radalak should make the choice whether we let him live or not.
I say we let him live.
You realise the consequences of this action, though, Radalak. That if you let him live and he goes back with information, could be coming back. I mean, they're coming after you anyway.
Exactly. The other guy who ran off knows where we are.
Would be a good message to send him with an arrow in his neck.
True.
Maybe he'll pick a better life path after this.
Maybe we'll send him with another couple of
Well,
messages
You
as
did
well.
too, so it's not beyond the realm of possibilities. Did
You
you
kept
take
them
an
alive.
arrow to the neck? Is
The
that why you changed?
occupational hazard in this. But no.
look at it this way: you spared his life. He owes you,
Indeed.
don't you? And she's looking at him. Eyes just go bright wide.
He owes his wife and kids. I don't care about anything else.
But he also owes his life to us, because we could quite easily dispatch him right here and no one would ever know. And no one would ever find him.
He's shaking his head no. No.
So if we had to remove this arrow and let you be on your way, I suggest a different career path. Because if we ever to see you again, my friend here will not be so kindly. Gesturing to Zenora, not Redlack.
Poor Redback. He nods vigorously and just kind of waits to decide.
Okay, since Radalak said that he was going to keep him alive, I'm going to pull the arrow out and cure wounds on him.
Okay.
And then I'm going to punch him in the ribs again, making sure I break a couple just for good measure.
He's coughing.
So
Just a parting gift, so you know, forget what we've done here today.
and that will be 11 points of healing as I've pulled it out. Just to let you know, this is his decision, not ours. So you know that bounty? Just remember the one that you were hunting? He was kind to you.
And
Go home to your wife.
yeah. Do you keep the photo or do you give it back?
Keep it.
I'd say
I'm going to
keep it.
Going to keep
Now we
it.
know what your family looks like, don't we?
Yeah.
And I'll grab him by the scruff of his neck and sit him up. But at the same time, I'll headbutt him in the face just for good measure. And not enough to do any major damage, but just a message.
Mm-hmm.
Typical dwarf message. Headbutt to the face. And then help him stand up and sort of shove him back towards Fandolin.
All right.
Yeah. Important life lessons are often painful.
Extremely.
Staggers and walks off down the same direction that I guess the arrow came out. He's heading for Fandolin, so. Xanth is very quiet. Do you guys untie him? That's the question.
Nope.
You left him tied, so he's going to try and make it.
Yep. But unlock,
So the rogue should be able to do
you're a
it.
kind soul.
I would have killed him.
I would have killed him also.
Well, whoever shot him in the neck, when they find him alive, they're probably going to want to kill him too.
This is quite right. Let's hope. They don't find him either, and he gets home to his family. He might choose a different path in life.
Mm.
Well, if we find him dead, at least we have the photo of his wife and child, so we can at least. And I'm looking at the 20 gold. Perhaps give them the 20 gold. It's not their fault he's an idiot.
Of course.
Ema, you are looking through the orc's belongings. You find a 10 gold, and on the orc chief, you find a greater potion of healing.
I can still smell this bloody lavender. Where the fuck is it? Who did it? Was it you? Pointing at Zenora. I know one of you did it.
But I gave you stuff that didn't smell like it because I know you don't
I
like it.
still fucking smell it.
It's not me. I haven't got lavender. I haven't had lavender for a few days.
I'm gonna search through my clothes to see if I can find where the fuck the smell is coming from.
I'm going to say, do you want me to help?
Well, I mean, I don't really like being touched by other people. I'm fine, thank you.
And I'll just pat him on the head and just walk off.
Do you wish me to roll investigation? See
Yeah, go for it.
Whatever is causing this goddamn 25.
25. You find a small pebble, and then if you're sniffing everything
I'm
you
sniffing
find,
everything in my pockets.
kind of in
my
your
bag.
robes, 2 small pebbles, and they smell wonderful. Well, not to you.
Yeah. I think. Who did it? One of you did it. What? Pebbles do not smell like lavender. I'm not stupid. Come on, who did it?
Perhaps that's fey magic. Even the rocks can smell.
Ugh.
But let's put it this way: I can't imbue things. So out of all of us who can imbue things,
I don't.
Radalak, have you been messing with stones again?
I don't know what half you people can do. Honestly,
Right,
you
right.
started turning into animals yesterday.
No,
I mean, come on.
Redolak smells like butter to me.
Yeah, he smelled like butter for a few days now. Here. Anyway, so Wilfin will just, and just throw them over his shoulder.
All right.
Carry on.
Emo will return to the group and they'll be like, "Who's that guy? What smells so delicious?" Looking around.
Used to be me, but now it's the rocks over there.
Don't eat the rocks; they'll break your teeth.
It starts to drizzle in the forest, small light rain, and Xanth's looking a bit worried, and he starts to walk. Aw, thanks for the subscription, Grim, to Magic. And he starts to walk with a kind of a sense of urgency a little bit ahead.
Yeah. And I will follow Xanth and stand up with Xanth and go, so which way do we think we need to go?
We head north from here. We'll come upon it's very tall hill with like a henge-like structure where they're doing their ritual, and they have these 3 caverns underneath it. So we'll be hitting one of those first. We might be able to surprise them. So,
Okay, I'm going to have my sword out, ready to go. And just have it to my side.
all right.
Just casually ready to go.
All right. So
Let's go.
the closer you start to follow Xanth and get to this area, these storm clouds are starting to gather. You're going to be approaching almost a 90-foot tall hill with all these trees. So you do have the cover of the trees across the slopes with you. Atop the hill, you can definitely see the tall standing stones and some ghastly figures dancing. There's 2 of them, surrounded by small little capering creatures in a circle. And I'm going to go to the map. You can see 8 stone structures. They're about 10 foot high. I'm going to my maps. You're right here, though. So, whoops, that's not supposed to happen. Boundary. You guys are right here. And this is what you guys can see from your vantage point so far. But you do see these tall standing stones in the distance. You're at the bottom. No one sees you yet. Xanth has parked you guys up to the opening of this kind of a structure underneath the settlement. I've never gone in these places, but we can either do it later or attack now.
How many people are there on the hill?
I can go around to the trees over here and check for you. See if I can see anything.
Because if they're summoning lightning, we could possibly use fork lightning and still kind of give the element of surprise.
Possibly. So you're going to start to hear the sounds of the storm. And you're going to hear them dancing. I don't have the storm with me right now. He's going to slowly walk towards the tree line where you're going to see he'll be able to report back that you see him come back and he says there's a bunch of little twig-like, like the dolls on the tree we saw, but they're dancing in a circle, and 2 of those orcs that have the robes are reaching up to the sky and speaking something.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Where, are the 2 orcs close together, or are they like?
They kind of spread apart.
How far?
One's on one hinge on the east and one's on one little stone to the west, so
They would
Yeah.
about,
Do we
10
attack
feet.
one at a time, or do we hit them both at the same time?
Well, if I use fork lightning, then that would mean that I hit them both at the same time.
Or do we use a couple of fireballs on?
I think
Well, if they don't die, it means they can possibly think that the lightning was from whatever they're summoning.
True.
I
I
like
mean,
the
it
idea.
is
of
raining out here as well.
Let you hear of what?
I like the idea of fireballs.
And you say I'm going to go for
Hey, but Fireball, he's not as many in the group up there. He's only like 2 of them close together.
If we drop 2 on one and 2 on the other at the same time, overlapping.
Wouldn't it be best to save a Fireball for the dragon?
Hey, I've still got like, I don't know. Actually, good question. How many do I have left?
I have 7. So
Where is it?
you're going to hear as you guys are speaking, you're going to start hearing the thunder coming in and the clouds are darkening. You're starting to hear
Whatever you're gonna do it soon. It seems like whatever they're doing is getting worse.
one.
Alright, so I think we do it both at the same time then. Sonora from one and I'll do the other. Do I feel? 2 fork lightning straight at him.
So yeah, I'm going to get within 60 feet, and
Try
then
to
I'm going to see
really
fork lightning.
Okay, so we're gonna get within 60 feet. You guys rise up on the hill. Xanth's gonna follow you.
As much cover as we can possibly have.
Okay, so we're gonna go
Advantage
back to
you
here.
too, by the way.
Ah, thanks. That's why I said don't spam the chat so I don't see. Is that what that was?
Thanks, Trash.
Oh, was it Trashy? Thank you,
Trash.
Trashy. And after I get you guys set up within 60 feet, hit if you feel you want to be someplace different, tell me. You'll probably want to be behind these rocks,
Definitely in cover.
but within sight. So I might put. Are you aiming for an anchor right, Zenora?
Just interrupt the map so we can see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If
Is that better?
you-
I'm moving all these little icons, and then I'm going to look on the OBS and see what it looks like.
So Sebastian and I are both doing forked lightning at the same time. I'm doing mine at first level. What about you?
I'm gonna throw it at second level so I can get as much damage into this prick as I can.
Yeah.
Those stone obelisk things, they're like arches, yeah?
Yeah, they're like the Stonehenge. Right.
Okay, so if I was hiding behind one of those, would I have full cover?
I would think so. Where the squares, see how there's squares here? That's
Yeah.
where the beams
That's
go
what I was sort of
down.
thinking.
So if you
I'd
were
wanna be hiding
behind
one of those.
behind one of those.
As close as I, probably at the top
Like
end of
that?
that one,
Okay, top end. Okay.
just so that it puts me within a movement of that first orc there.
Put Xanth there. Radillac, are you okay? Or Ema, where do you want to be?
Can I hide behind one of those things, or am I too big?
You can hide behind one. I'll put you over here behind this one, because they're taking that one. If you move over here, they're gonna spot you.
Yeah, no, it's good.
Ema, what would you like to be? You want to be on this other side?
I'll just stay at the back somewhere I can see them.
We can see everything. Okay.
If we could see through a hole to see what they're attacking.
Yeah, you could see, but you're far enough away. But you still got 60 feet, so you could still shoot them with an arrow if you wanted to from where you're at now.
Sweet.
Okay, I'll start rolling initiatives. All right, and this time I'll remember Xanth.
Okay.
Oh,
And initiative, I got a 7.
okay, hang on. I'm gonna bring it back up. There we go.
So
7.
we can get the surprise round and then go
Yeah,
into
we can
initiative?
get the surprise round, but I'm gonna get your initiative now. So then when you do your round, we can just flow through. If that's okay. 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 Sebastian, what's yours?
70.
Ema.
The 14 from me.
14. Ema, you got initiative? I can't hear you. Radillac? 20? Something?
22.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, west of Good Rock.
Oh, get it out of the way now. Radillac.
4.
Oh. Okay. Roll for
And what
Xanth.
was yours, Zenora?
7.
7. She got 7. So did Xanth.
What was Xanth? I'll write it down as well.
You
So
got
we
a
got a
7
track.
as well. I think Zenora goes first, though.
Okay.
Alright.
So Radillac last.
So you guys get the element of surprise, though.
Yeah.
So,
Uh,
what would you like to do? You got 2 fork lightnings coming from you and Sebastian, yeah?
yeah, I will miss one with a 10, I reckon. And the other one's 16.
16. Who you aiming at? Anchorite?
So I can only hit one of each. So let's say the one on my left
Is what you hit?
is what I hit.
Okay.
Yeah. And
That hits.
that hits.
Yep.
And that is 15 points of lightning damage.
Nice. As the lightning comes down onto one, lightning claps down on one of the stones, and at the same time you hit your forked lightning. You miss one, but you definitely sizzle this little twig blight into splinters, and no one seemed to notice. They're still dancing in a little circle right here. They haven't seemed to notice that. Sebastian, what?
Trying to hit one of the orc things, the ones that were dancing.
Yeah, that's these guys. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Those are the twig blight, yeah. These two are the orcs, guys.
Okay, so I got a 26
Nice.
to hit and a 14.
That hits. It
For a
depends.
hitting hit.
Who are you aiming at? The little blights here dancing?
No, I'd be aiming at the orcs.
The orcs?
But
Okay.
I'd be aiming opposite. So the primary one, the first one would be the one that Sonora didn't hit first, and then the
Okay, yeah, that
second one
hits.
would get hit. So they both hit, or
Yep.
just one?
Yep.
Well, the first one takes 16 points of damage,
Yep.
and then the second one takes. Oh, I'm supposed to roll better on the second one. 12, 18, 19, 20 points. 20 points of damage to the second guy.
Nice. Very good.
Lightning damage. Or is that damage healing?
Because the lightning's hitting again, they were very hurt. It's very loud. They are looking around now. Are you guys going to move behind a rock I forgot to ask Nora if you're going to move.
Basically, I'll
Yeah, I
shoot
would
and
hide.
duck and
Okay,
duck
you're going to
around.
hide?
Try to
Probably
hide.
over there?
Yep. I'll probably be behind Radillac.
Be behind Radillac, and assuming you're going to hide behind a stone too, Sebastian?
Yeah, but I'd go towards Zen.
Towards Xanth? Okay, stick you over there. Okay, and surprise attacks. So we'll go around Vilfin and then Ema and then Xanth. What would you like to do, Vilfin?
This is on the surprise attack round.
Yeah.
I just strike out with a radiant sunbolt, again on the lightning strike to try and disguise the attack at the closest orc.
Okay, you wait for the next strike and roll.
Get 2 attacks on the same one. 15 to hit on the first.
Yeah, assuming you're attacking a big guy as well. Yeah.
Yep. And 11 on the second, so I don't think the second
No.
hits. So the first one will do 4 points of radiant damage.
Okay.
And that'll be me.
All right. Ema. Still got the element of surprise. They haven't seen anybody yet. They are looking. What would you like to do from where you're at?
I was trying to work out whether we had combat last round, like the end of last season. Sure we did, but I can't remember.
Well, you did have combat at the end of last session, and then it ended, and the rogue was tied up.
Yeah. We haven't had any rest or anything like that.
Yeah, I was sort of looking at because my spell list is basically saying that I got all my slots open.
We did have a
we
rest at the
rested
barrow.
And then
Yeah.
the rogue came.
I don't think you cast any spells during that combat.
No, you didn't.
No, I think it was all arrows.
It's just all arrow attacks.
Sweet. Because yeah, I was just trying to figure that out. I'm going to cast Fury Tippet Mist on myself because I'm hurt.
Okay. Don't forget, you also had a potion of healing on you too. So, yep.
Yeah, I know. And
Go for it.
I'm 8 points of healing damage.
Nice. Healing damage. Healing? Yeah.
Healing damage.
Healing
do,
damage.
do you
And
stay?
that's all.
Okay. Now we'll go into our initiatives. Oh my God, Xanth too. God damn it.
Don't forget Zan.
Don't forget Xanth. Xanth is going to, he's actually just going to move to try and flank. So I give you guys all advantage. Which, as he goes this way, is probably going to send you guys into initiative because they're going to see him. That would have been, how far away is that? Might move him right here. Because the stupid map from the game, this grid's messing with my foundry. Alright. Ema, we're now in initiative. So Ema, you are first up again with your 22. So go for it.
Well, if they've noticed thing trying to flank, then I guess I might as well attack.
Go for it.
Whip out my longbow.
He's whipping out his bow.
Whip it
people.
out.
Look out.
15 to hit and 9 to hit.
All right, what are you aiming at?
One of the
Little-
two dudes in the middle.
Two dudes in the middle, right? 15 and hits. A 9 does not.
Sweet. And that is 7 plus 2.
7 plus
9
2.
damage.
You shoot the arrow and it definitely sees you and growls at you in Orcish, telling you, I'm going to kill you, since you know how to speak Orcish. Is that it? Are you going to stay put or are you going to move?
I'm gonna yell out in Orcish, hey look, a dragon! Point across the circle. Since he sees me.
Alright. It is now these little twiggy things' turns. This one's gonna move up to Zanth and try to attack it with a claw attack. Giving it 7 for Xanth. And then this one's gonna move probably close around as well. And miss. It is now Radalac's turn. Radalac, what would you like to do?
So Radalac's gonna look over his shoulder. He's like, now these guys deserve no mercy. And he'll run into the middle and get to the side of the one on the right, the orc on the right.
All right. Get on
Which I
its
think is-
side.
35 feet of movement.
You were right there. So, yeah, you can get right here at 35.
I sort of
So-
want to be in between the two of them. Is it
30
easier on the other side?
35 would get you there from where you were. That would be 40. You could probably get a
I've
little
got 40
diagonal.
feet of I've got
Oh,
40 feet of movement.
Okay, well, yeah, you can do that then. We'll do that then. Stick you in between them.
That was just my bad math. Alright. And I'm going to use the dragon sword, even though he's not a dragon.
That's okay.
23 to hit.
That would hit.
I'll roll the other one too. And a 24.
No, wow.
So that's 7 points on the first one,
Alright,
and 6 points on the next one.
cool. 7
And I
six.
should have done this before, but now I'm going to rage.
Alright.
So I'll do my wild thing while you do the next stuff, and I'll let you know
Alright.
what it is.
The next person up. I don't know why I got my initiatives wrong. I got my initiatives wrong, guys.
Should be
It should have been Sebastian.
Ema, Sebastian.
Yeah.
From Sonora. Redlex last.
Sebastian, yeah, Redlight was last. I must have, I don't know why I did that.
It's okay. I can just go now and
Yeah, go
just
now.
jump in, just pick it up. So good.
Sebastian, I mean, encounter, initiative's my weak point, apparently.
that's okay.
all
We
good.
we can fix that by not paying attention to it.
Good man.
So what we'll do is I'm going to, with my left hand, shoot a firebolt at one guy, and my right hand.
Scratch my butt.
No, I'm going to shoot Sonora's Hope at the other guy. So
Zenora's Hope or Zadriel's Hope?
Zadriel's Hope.
Did you rename your gun?
Yeah, Zadriel's Hope. Okay, so first one, 18 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay, so that's a hit on the D, and the second one's a 18 to hit. Nice. Well, actually, one was 10 and the other one was 11. So, okay, so the firebolt did 8 points of damage. Healing.
Points. All right.
And the other one was 10 points of damage.
Ooh.
That's me done.
We've got two twig blights incoming on Radlac. The first one is going to try and hit with. It's probably going to miss with a 13.
Yep.
Yeah, and the other one's going to try and come over this way. And try to hit with a 21. So that one hit.
Yep.
But you only get 5 piercing damage as it claws at your foot, trying to get at you.
That's halved for 2.
And then it's
Hey.
Vilfin. What would you like to do?
Vilfin is going to stay right where he is, pop out of cover and attack twice more that same orc he attacked before with a Radiant Sunbolt.
Alright.
First attack is a 13.
13 hits.
The second is a 25.
That hits as well?
So they both hit.
Yes.
So we'll have 6 plus 6, so 12 points of radiant damage.
Nice.
As he charges up his hands and just fires the radiant energy towards the enemy.
Alright. And you're not going to move, you're going to stay put?
Nope, I'm going to duck back behind the rock,
Alright.
trying to keep my cover. In fact, I'll use my bonus action to hide.
Oh, nice. Okay. You have to do stealth on that, or you just hide?
And I roll stealth on it and see how well I'm hidden.
Okay.
Where is my stealth? Where is my stealth? 21.
Nice. Next is the anchorite close to Radalac. She's going to, as a lightning bolt, a second lightning bolt cracks down on the hinge on the opposite side.
Over.
She's going to roll a lightning bolt on you. As far as you know, you're hidden.
Exactly it, Drax. That's exactly it.
Each creature must make a dex save within 5. It's a line, so you need to make a dex save, Radalac, for me if you can.
Okay. I get advantage on those, which was an 11 anyway.
Oh. Okay. That's not gonna. That's
No.
33 lightning damage on you as she reaches out and just tries to hit you at the chest. You get this lightning surge through you, and she's kind of weakened by this and isn't looking too good, but she's whispering, and you think you hear the words Talos. And we have 2 more little twig blight, and 3 more little twig blights, and then it'll be Zenora's turn. They're gonna attack the closest thing they can, which unfortunately is Radlac. That one's gonna miss with a 7. And that one's gonna 13. That doesn't hit you, does it? No. You're getting like all crowded around. And a nat 1. So I'm gonna roll and actually probably try and hit the other guy next to me.
That one. Critical
I'm
fail.
gonna hit the other guy accidentally and damage him. And Zenora, you're up.
Okay. So I'm going to get up into the fray. So as close as I can to the group that's all around, like the
Okay.
cluster.
What's your movement? Is it 30?
35.
35? Okay, you can probably get up here, right up in between these guys if you want.
Yep.
Okay.
I want to be at least within 10 foot of everyone in that circle or cluster.
Should be, yeah.
Okay.
Another advantage to the DM, by the way.
Thank you. You're not going to make friends very much.
As a bonus action, I'm going to do Daunting Roar, and I'm going to hit everyone but Radalek in that area.
All right.
So they all need to get a Wisdom saving throw of 14 or above.
Oh, that's a lot of rolling. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. Miss. Okay, those are misses, and 1 passes. So what do they get? Are they frightened?
They are frightened, so
Alright.
any attack on me will be at disadvantage. They can't move towards me, or get close to me or anything like that.
Alrighty.
And then I've got my scimitar out already, and I am just going to... So the one that's right in... The orb type thing that's right in front of me,
Yeah.
I'm just going to go for a hit. That is a... where is it? That's a 12 to hit.
That's gonna miss.
Yep. And that's all I got.
You roar and then you go to swing, but it slips a bit. And now it is her turn against you. Advantage to Zenora and Ima Vilfin. Nice. I hear the Skype thing and I have to check it just in case I'm doing something wrong. This one is going to try and do a lightning bolt at you, Zenora. Can you make a dex saving throw for me?
Dex saving throw?
Yes.
Dex. That's 11.
Okay. It's gonna fail. Roll. It's 29 as the lightning hits you. Into your chest, a surge of power hits, and Xanth, seeing this, is gonna swing his javelin and hit these little fellas with, well, it's called a pike. I always call it a javelin, and he's gonna hit. And one in front of him is going to be crushed. Why can't I delete you? Go away! He's gone.
Another advantage to the DM.
Oh god! Thanks, guys. 2 more twig blights are going to move forward. Oh, that's why.
You got on targeting mode.
Yeah, that's why I'm dumb. And I'm just gonna move them now, and then I'll make these rolls and see if they hit or miss. That one's gonna miss. That one is a nat 20, but it's only a little guy, so you'll get 4 whopping piercing. And as a third lightning cracks down on this stone here, you see this woman say, "Praise be to Talos," and she slits her throat with her dagger.
Oh, crap.
And falls down. And you hear the large cry of a boar as the lightning falls and Gorthak lands in a bolt of lightning down upon you. Radalak, it is your turn.
Yeep.
He's a big pig.
Giant roast pork, it's 2 o'clock.
Who slit their throat? The
She did, so I'm gonna have to get rid of her. And this one's gone.
Run! God damn you!
Run, you fools.
Take it off pause so you don't see that. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna try and get out.
You shall not pass.
You're gonna try and get out?
Yeah.
That's a lot of opportunity attacks.
Wait,
there.
where's Sonora? Did I
Oh no,
accidentally
she
delete her?
disappeared.
I'm gonna actually.
You might have accidentally deleted her if she's under red lag.
You're right there. I'm pretty sure because I think the anchorite was right there, right?
Yeah,
Something like that? Yeah.
something like that.
Actually, wait. Going to attack
Okay.
the big thing that I thought was an orc, but I guess it's not really an orc.
Alright, you got this twig thingy in your way. Which you could step over, but.
Oh, not the pig.
Oh, this guy.
The orc.
Yep. Go for it.
16 to hit.
16 hits.
Roll that one. And a 24.
That hits too.
So 13 points.
As you swing, she goes down on one knee. She's still alive, but she's pretty rough.
The second one is 14 points.
All right, and with that, you swing, and it goes right into her chest, and she looks over at Gorthak with a smile on her face and dies.
Yeah, and I'm gonna charge out that way
Okay,
through where she was.
so these little guys can try. How far are you trying to go?
I'm gonna try and get in between the stones near where Xanth is, so not
Over this way,
the
maybe?
gap. Yeah.
Okay. So, as far as you can go, or
Yeah.
it's about 20.
Yeah.
I'll put
That
you.
sounds good.
I'll put you behind the stone so you have cover.
Just don't want to die to a pig.
So we got 1, 2, 3, 4,
7.
7 little attacks. Oh gosh. These guys are just a pain because they're tiny.
It's about
17.
That is my arm class.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's helpful because then I can just say 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so you get 3 hits on ya. 4, 10, 11 altogether.
Yeah, so that's 11 halved, thank
Oh,
God.
thank God. Okay.
Otherwise, I would be out.
You guys don't have to fight this day. So that was Radalac's turn, and we are up to the top again with Ema.
Alrighty, so what sort of distance from Redlac am I?
You are, I can tell you,
Miles away and I can't see either of us.
you are 40 feet from Radalac.
Alrighty. Okay. That's good. What do I want to know? X. Oh, no. Okay. You want to kill yourself?
You want to move closer to him is what you kind of want to do to heal him, I'm guessing.
I do, yes, but I was too stuck, but stuff is hard. Okay, so he is. I still can't see him on the map, to be honest.
Can you see him? Okay, hang on. Let me look and see the map from here. Here we go.
Map. Can you
There
move
we
it?
go. Better? I'll switch to battle map.
Yeah. Okay, so here's what I want to do.
Okay.
I want to use Zephyr Strike as a bonus action, which you move like the wind, and you get your walking speed increases by 30 feet, which will give me 75 feet of distance.
Nice.
And the attack is a 1d8 thing, so I'm going to attack the little thing that's between
Him and...
Radlac
Yeah.
and the center.
Okay. So the little twiggy guy, go for it.
It doesn't have a roll to hit thing on it. Doesn't have a hit or a DC
Find
on it.
your paper. Find your little sheet.
Zephyr Strike.
Zephyr Strike just gives you the movement. I don't think it actually gives you an attack.
No, it gives you attack as well.
Does it add to your attack, maybe?
It'll
Sorry?
say it on. It'll say it on.
You move like the wind until the spell ends. Your movement doesn't provoke opportunity attacks. Once before the spell ends, you can give yourself advantage on one weapon attack.
Yeah, you just attack with any
Okay,
weapon.
so before
The
you...
att-
Yeah.
The attack deals an extra 1d8 force damage on hit.
Okay,
So you just have to attack with any of your standard weapons and get the extra damage.
and you'll get advantage.
Okay, sweet. So I'll just I'll attack with a sword. Which is 21 to hit,
That it?
and get off the screen. That is 7 plus a 1d8, wherever 1d8 is. Yeah. 7 plus 2
Alright.
on that little creature.
You attack and swing with your sword, and it splits these twigs in half like a bundle, flying up little toothpicks everywhere. And he is dead.
Okay, sweet.
Alright.
That's- So is that attack part of the Zephyr Strike, is it? Or is that
Gives
just
you...
added?
That's just what you get as part of the Zephyr Strike.
Yeah,
It gives you the added movement, which gives you the advantage on that attack.
yeah.
So basically, what it's saying is that you're faster at the moment because of what you're doing, because
Yep.
of Zephyr Strike.
Yeah.
But does that attack class as part of the Zephyr Strike?
What do you mean?
I think it's saying you have an advantage on a weapon attack. Yeah, it says a weapon attack.
Yeah.
So that's...
So the attack that you make during that is still an attack, but your Zephyr Strike gives you that advantage and gives you the extra damage on the attack.
He's saying
So it's
an
not
attack again.
it's not Zephyr Strike that gives you the attack; it just gives you the advantage for it.
Yeah. So it's a
Yeah.
separate...
It takes when you use the attack, it's still one of your normal attacks. You're just adding that extra damage because of Zephyr Strike.
Okay, sweet as. Well, that's all I can do then.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So these guys are gonna try and run away. We're gonna go to this one. He's gonna get as far away as he can and head toward where Xanth is. And that's him. And now it's Sebastian. What would you like to do?
Okay. Now, I need you to mark a 20-foot sphere
And
on the map, because I'm going to drop a fireball to try to take out all those lights, but not cook the cat.
but not cook the cat. That is gonna be...
Probably aim it to behind the pig's butt.
I can put it there, and you might be able to
I
get...
think as well.
Oh no. You get the pig and everybody in that one. Can we do that?
Everything in that area needs to make a dex save.
Yay me! Okay. What do I have to beat so I can just count these off? 1, 2, 3, 4,
15.
5, 6. Okay.
Little piece of advice when rolling deck saves for large groups, like little creatures like that, just do collective rolls for a single roll for the whole group. Just makes it so much quicker.
Well,
It's up to you.
4 of them save.
So 4 of them take half damage
Yeah.
of 48. points.
Nice. So that's gonna kill all these little fellas.
The half of the 48 is 24, so just makes your life easy.
Thank you.
Pretty sure the blights had less health than that.
Yeah, I'll tell you what they get after on break.
Yeah.
So that's all of them, and then I would, if that's all those blights dead, I would take a shot with firebolt at the other blight that's still alive.
Oh, this one.
Yep, and at the same time say, let's get the hell out of here.
Do you want to? You might have to move in front of this rock to do that. Are you okay with that?
Okay, yeah, I'd move forward to shoot the bastard then.
Okay, go for it.
So that would be 27.
That hits. I'm
Okay,
imagining this
and
thing's probably dead.
Damage of 9 points fire.
Yeah, this thing burns in a little husk of tiny little flames there. It gets put out
Yeah,
by the rain.
And then I'd turn around and I'd run. Well, I moved 10 feet, so 15 feet in the opposite. Because I ain't having a bar of that big pig. Would be like bigger than big to me.
And you say, let's get out of here to them.
Thanks for the subfish.
Alright. Thank you. Vilpin, it'll be your turn now.
I'm gonna
Thanks,
shoot the
Pesh. Go for it. What would you like to do?
radiant sunbolt, shooting the big
Go for it.
23
That definitely hits.
and 11, which I think will miss.
Ooh, 11 misses.
So first one will do a whole 4 points of radiant damage, and then I'll run like shit.
You're
Like,
like,
fuck you, pig!
hit and run.
40 feet straight dead south.
Whoop. Put you right by the entrance to the cave. Right that way.
And I'll just shout, run for your lives!
Alright, next, because I haven't updated all the deaths of the little tiny blights, so I have to go through here. Zenora, you are up. You see this Gorthak up above you. What would you like?
Lenora is going to produce flame and throw it. That is a natural 20.
Woo! Good job.
So that's for 26 to hit.
Pipe. That
And
definitely.
that's 16 plus 22, 25 points of damage.
Ooh.
And then she's gonna go, look this shit, I'm out. And starts running.
You
as
hear
fast as you can.
a squeal so loud it sounds like the thunder rumble as he looks at you, and you're gonna run your full movement, I take it?
Oh yeah, meanwhile saying, anyone for barbecue?
Which is 45, isn't it? I think it is.
It's 35.
35? Okay, you're gonna be about right. So you're next to Sebastian now. Alright, so many little twig lights. It is the pig's turn, however. He is not happy. What's his movement? 50 feet. Who does he see? He saw you. He's probably gonna chase after you. Trying to think what a ginormous pig would do. Comes crashing through the boulders. He's going to stop right there, though. And he's going to try and hit you. Now he's going to go forward with his multi-attack with a dirty 20. A 22. So you will get 13 slashing, 3 lightning, and also 13 bludgeoning.
I'm down.
And 5 thunder. Alright. You see Zenora go down. Redlake, you're next. What do you want to do?
I'm probably gonna have to drink this health potion. I've been carrying around for ages. We've done that.
Smoke him if you got him. It's a good job. It's a good idea. Let's drink him. Gives you 7.
Plus 2. 9 healing damage.
Alright, that's not bad.
And then I'm going to have to get that way. I'll move down and towards where Sebastian and Zenora is, so diagonally,
Okay, you're gonna move that way.
yeah, 40 feet.
40 feet. Well, it's only 30 feet to get there. Are you moving next to them or are you past them?
Down further because I can't take, like, there's no point going there and dying.
Okay. I agree.
Yeah.
Going that way. Alright. Ema. What would you like to do? From where you are, you saw Zenora and this boar. So I'd like take a potion and run.
How far from Zenora am I?
You are 35 feet. Probably 30 feet. It's hard to measure when it's 35.
35. Yeah, sorry, Zenora.
No healing spirit?
Oh, I do have healing.
Yeah, you
spirit.
do. I don't know why I'm helping you. I shouldn't be.
Oh, it's got 60 feet. Okay, sweet. I'll use healing spirit then.
Alright.
No, I'm gonna drop it right on top of Zenora.
Alright.
The little fey fairy on top of Zenora.
This little fey fairy forms.
Go for a fat 1 healing.
It's enough to
Bring her to life.
bring her, save her from a saving throw, so it's good. Do you want to move?
I want to move to about, I don't know, like in the line with the left, like the stone where Sebastian is.
Uh-huh.
On the left stone of the left vertical stone, like directly south in line with a tree.
So you want to
So,
move here?
Basically diagonally down, go down 2 blocks. Like diagonally down from where I am to directly below that left stone.
Okay, so maybe like there? Am I getting what you...
Up a bit more.
Up a bit more?
Up 2 squares from there.
About there?
Out there? Yeah, about there somewhere.
Okay.
I want to move to there and then I'll move to there.
Okay. Gotta fix your line of sight so I can see a little bit. Because you're human. Okay. So, with that, Sebastian, you're right next to Zora. She's stabilized. It's your turn.
I'm going to help Zenora up and then say head for the cave and start heading for the cave. And I'm gonna bolt, which dash, which doubles your distance. Correct? In
I
a
do
straight
believe
line?
it does.
So 50 feet.
Definitely 50
Actually-
feet within 50 feet. It's 45 feet to the entrance, or
Well,
roughly 40.
I'll be trying to get to the entrance.
Awesome. So you're gonna try and get in there. And it is now.
And that's it. That's
You?
and then actually just because I'm going to be like that, I'm gonna touch myself, and no one's gonna know what happened.
As you do.
Yes.
All right.
Touch himself and create some nut juice.
Dolphin, you see Sebastian touching himself, running past you, saying, "Run to the cave." It is your turn.
And I'm actually going to move back up the hill about 10 feet or so.
Okay.
It should put me in range of said beastie.
Yep.
And then I am going to attack it with the Radiant Sunbolt again.
Okay.
Ooh, 9. Using advantage for 15.
Where is he? I do believe a 15 hits.
Okay.
Roll
And the
down.
second one,
Yep.
natural 20.
Yep.
So 14 and 5, so 19 points of radiant damage.
Nice.
But I'm going to spend a key point on both of those, or on just in case the first one doesn't work on the second. First key point for stunning strike. The pig needs to make a Constitution saving throw. Yeah, DC 13.
Okay. You got a 22.
Holy crap! And on the second hit, same thing. Another con save.
Okay. And that's a 16.
Damn it! Oh well, that's me pretty much done then.
All right.
I'll use the remainder of my 20 feet to go back the other way.
Are you heading, following Sebastian to the cave?
Yep.
Okay.
I was kind of hoping to stun the pig to give Zenora a chance to get away, but
Yeah.
it didn't work.
Speaking of Zenora, it is your turn now.
Okay, I am going to summon my wildfire spirit. So he has to make, and it's going to be right at me. So he has to make a dex saving throw of 14.
Okay. Oh, he failed. Let's see what happens.
He takes 3 points of fire damage.
Okay.
And then for my bonus action, my wildfire spirit is going to fiery teleport me 15 feet back towards the cave.
Nice.
And he has to do a dex saving throw this time because I did that.
Okay, dex saving throw again. All right. He got a 17 on that one.
No, he succeeds. Okay, and then I'm going to run the rest of my 35 feet of movement to that cave.
Good job.
I sit there watching you guys stunning strike. I'm sitting there, I've got a backup plan.
It's okay. I got this.
I was hoping that I knew there was pretty high chance.
And my fiery spirit is still wherever I was.
Okay.
So it's still sitting there. So if I need to command it, I can still. So yeah, that's my turn.
Xanth is going to go to 50 feet. Grab him. Over to here. That is definitely. Oh, he has a. He has a longbow. So we're gonna try and attack with a longbow. That's definitely gonna hit. that. Okay. He takes out his longbow as he's running and he shoots at Gorthak. He turns and stops with all four of his hooves steady. And you see Gorthak start to go down almost quiet for a minute. And then lightning shoots and he pops back up. So, it is now his turn. Do I need... He is not looking so good. So he is going to run his full speed. How far is that? And he is going to head off in that direction. Towards.
So he's running away. Interesting.
He's got a mission. Redlac, you're up.
Rowlack's gonna think about following the pig for a second, realize how stuffed he is, and go to the cave. Slowly.
And that's, you're just going to do a movement to the cave. Alright. Ema, are you also going to move to the cave? If so, we'll get out of initiative.
Actually, how far away was the pig?
From where you were standing before?
Yeah.
About like 55 feet? Maybe you were here 45-ish?
Doesn't matter, we'll stop raging anyway. Cool.
Since I managed to finish an orc off with the longbow shot last time,
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it another shot with the piggy.
Give it a shot? Yeah.
26 to hit
That hits.
and 27 to hit with a nat 20.
Nice.
Okay. 13 plus 4 for the first hit, so 17 on the first hit,
Alright, good job. What's the second one?
and 12 damage on the second.
What's the second one on that 20?
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
So it'll be another.
Max damage.
You rolled max dice, so it'll be another 8 on top. That's a 20 damage.
Nice.
Okay, so 17 damage and 20 damage.
You see Gorthang as you are running, as you stop to fire your bow and you shoot. The minute you shoot, he squeals and a lightning bolt hits and he is gone. You don't know if he
Damn.
died, and you don't know if he just left, but the path and these guys start to clear up.
So then I'm gonna go collect my arrows, or go over to where he was to collect my arrows.
Like your arrows, all right. You roll your die for your arrows. There are, if I scroll out of this, 3 caves each on this. If I got my OBS here so I can see what you see.
Yep. See the
Each
top one.
kind of identical in their way they are. You are free to explore them if you choose to look through.
Sonora is extremely hurt. She's pretty much, her tongue's out and panting. She's barely holding on.
We need to get inside and rest. Figure out what's going on.
So you'll be heading into this one. Do you all head in?
Really got no choice.
Yeah.
Emma will go to investigate what happened to the pig and get his arrow.
All right.
So he'll go to direction.
Did you roll for your arrows and get your arrows back?
Roll my arrow.
Okay.
I would touch Zenora on the hindquarters,
Gonna touch her on the hiney.
like pat her her hindquarters and go,
There.
there, and she gets 13 points of healing.
Oh, thank fuck for that.
You have to reach up.
Well, it's more like you know where the leg,
calf.
like the
calf.
calf. That's probably about the 3 foot zone. So
I mean, she has a tail.
Whenever it gets the cave.
I'm not touching the tail.
The tail's in leathers normally.
Ah, so you've seen a cat before then?
Yeah,
guys will
Wilfred will
be-
probably just peer into the entrance of the cave just to see what he can see, make sure there's sort of nothing in there to
And
begin
then-
with, and just
At
Make
the
a roll
same
then.
time, I'd spin the bullseye and open up the light lamp so that you can see properly. Because I know there's certain individuals that can't see. Bugger all!
All right, let's see. Into the
nags.
south cave here, you see a little baby deer kind of in this pen here. Obviously, they were going to use that as a sacrifice. This pen looks a bit empty, and as you can't see further in, but you do have Sebastian's light. You don't see anything invisible in there.
So that's all we see in that cave.
From just peering
That first
in.
part?
Yeah. It sounds
Um,
pretty quiet.
Do we want to rest here in this first part, or do you want to check a little bit further in, make sure it's all safe?
I think we should make sure that nothing's going to come from the other side and eat us.
So yeah, Wilfred will just move forward slowly and quietly,
As you
investigate further.
moving further in, you see like these drawings on the walls. There's like 3 stick figure humanoids being struck by lightning on the walls. It looks like a messy kind of where one of the orcs was staying in this larger part right here. And then this part looks to lead to a little ladder, which kind of must be up top here somewhere. You're not sure. Like a secret entrance. Do you guys investigate into his belongings?
I'd come back to the group and just say, look, maybe we hold up in that first small room, take turns watching the hallway, but some of us need to recover. I'm exhausted. I need to rest.
Yes, I do need to rest too. And Zenora's like feeling very hazy and out of sorts. Cause
Xanth, are you okay? Do you need to rest as well?
I'm alright. I can watch outside here. It's a little bit cramped in there. I don't have a problem watching out here while you guys get some rest.
Right.
Just
We're gonna have to. Do you guys want to rest just for a short time, or we're gonna rest here for the night?
Gothic is out, but I don't know how successful it would be. I used up a lot of spells today. A lot of spells. I don't know about the rest of you.
Yeah, I could do with a little bit of a.
Roughly what time of day is it by now?
With
I
all
know we were
the...
getting later in the day from memory.
Yeah, you had breakfast at the Barrow and all that traveling
Yeah.
through Neverwinter Wood, and then here. It's probably going to be getting dusk soon.
Yeah. But it is getting late, so
So perhaps we should check around and have a look at what is around, and
Right.
then we rest for the night.
Yeah, I'm
And
good
we
with
both-
whatever you decide, and he coughs up a little blood.
we
Sonora
do
puts out.
need to take watch. Keep a watch on the rear of this cabin. Xanth is going to watch from the outside, but we will need to schedule our watches anyway.
Sonora, before she goes to sleep, will actually take a look around and start going through things at the top layer, seeing what's in stuff and all that kind of thing.
Okay. Anyone helping her investigate before she rolls? If anyone wants to help her, she'll just do it with advantage.
Yeah, I'll help her.
So roll with
Wilfred
advantage.
Sit up,
Make sure the
himself up
cave-
the first watch.
Make sure the cave is safe before we start going to sleep.
Investigate with advantage. You have 14 investigation.
All right. Going through, you see a very nice studded leather. 2 of those studded leathers and a potion, and it's got a label on it that says Potion of Speed. No gold. It seems like this was the orc chief patrols, because you do see the word Yagrath on some of the item papers and stuff here, but you can't read Orcish too much, so.
I'll pick that up and ready to give it to Ema, but before I do that, I want to look up or wherever it's up or down the ladder to see if I can see anything.
Okay, as you look up, if you go up, there's a little hatch, and it leads to right about here on the map. It looks like it's like a secondary hidden exit out in case they were blocked off in there.
Is there a little latch thing or anything like that there at all?
It's kind of just like a hidden grassy kind of a.
How far? You see, there's like a trapdoor, yeah.
Yeah, kind of like a hatch door.
How far high? What's the height difference between the floor and a trapdoor?
It does say. I do feel like it's 10 feet. I'll
Sweet.
check while you're talking.
Wilfrin will walk up to there and go, erect this dickus, and extend the 1 foot pole into a 10-foot pole, effectively blocking off the trapdoor, stopping anyone from opening it from. I'm assuming it opens downwards. I'm hoping it opens downwards.
You could assume.
I mean, we'll check that first, obviously.
Yeah.
If it opens up, it's kind of pointless.
Yeah, you know what? I feel like it would open up.
Oh, damn it.
You know, because of the, you know what I mean?
Is there a loop, like a handle or something?
I would say there would be a handle, though. So you could probably.
Kind of put a quarterstaff to kind of block it so they can't lift it up, so it's like a wedge.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
and I'll put the 10-foot pole on that to hold it in place.
There you go.
Yep, erect this dickus.
Works the other way.
Off, and then I'll go back to that room and just.
So it basically means we're secure from the rear of the cabin, and we don't have to worry about the front.
So no, I'm going to have the lantern facing towards the entrance. I actually suggest to Xanth to come in, so he will see anything that becomes visible within that 60-foot cone type deal.
Okay.
Instead of him just sitting out there. And also at the same time, it means he can actually get a rest while someone else is having a turn.
Yeah,
And
so
I'll
take
stay out
watch.
first watch.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say Vilken will probably sit up first watch after Xanth.
Yeah, I'll take first watch with Xanth and dick around with my
Hopefully not with Xanth.
thing that I'm making. my tinker toy. My
All right.
toy of-
And now Vilfen's going to go to sleep because I need to go get a drink.
All right. We're actually going to take a break real quick. Then we'll do our watches. So as we take a break, thank you guys for the subs and the follows and all the DM advantages, Treshy. Thank you very much. No one died. But they were very close, so.
The advantages that Trashy gave you never happened.
Didn't they?
No, they're not in chat. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Too late.
Sure, you use them.
I did use some of them. I'm marking off the ones I use. I'm being fair. So, all right, we're gonna have some coffee and some long rests in the bathroom, and we will be right back.
probably wouldn't have a clue where anyone went.
Oh, it was called out.
It was cold.
Yeah, a bunch of people were running like to the cave.
Okay.
Definitely called out by multiple people. So. And in all fairness, out of initiative, we would have made sure that you made it there anyway.
Yeah.
If we hadn't seen you coming, we would have gone looking for you. So.
I'm just checking to see how long my thing holds up
We're
for.
back.
There's certain actions out of combat and in context can be assumed as well, so you don't always have to sort of role play that kind of thing a lot of the time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that my fire spirit, once I was inside the cave and everything was fine, I would have clicked it back anyway.
All right. So, Xanth and Sebastian are on the first watch as you guys take a rest. Sebastian, are you busy right now? I think he's ordering us food.
I can do two things at once.
Can you? All right.
Sometimes.
So,
Would you want to see what Ema saw when she went looking for the boar to get her arrows back?
what did she say?
Well, I don't know. That's the question. What did she see?
She did see he did see, sorry, we're on Emilia.
Yeah, I know.
Drax, you're the one making me do it. He
I'm the
would
one-
have seen the boar, taking the shot at the boar, the large clap of lightning, and the boar disappearing with that clap of lightning as quick as you please. And
I'm looking to see what happened.
yeah. So if you return to the cave, it's up to you if you want to tell them before the rest start what you saw. Because they would not have seen it.
Okay, I'm going to go to the cave, say to everyone, I killed the boar, it's dead. and I buried it too. So it's gone. Don't worry about it.
Wait, what now?
It was all me.
Do I believe him?
Roll insight
what?
against his obvious deception.
I'm just insulting that shit too. Ema the human killing a giant
Natural
boar.
20. You said, right, so that is 26.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
12.
Yeah, you're full of shit.
You know he's full of shit. Like, part of it he's full of shit, but there might be some truth in there.
Radlack's just like, way to go, Ema. Good on you, mate.
So tired.
Well, since I killed it, do I get to name it? Oh no, wrong campaign.
Well, you don't know if you killed it. You think you killed it. So,
I
You
don't
only
know
get to name it. It was a fucking pig. Giant pig.
so he is obviously deceiving. Anyone else want to do anything before they settle in for their watches?
Just tinkering away.
Tinkering away. Right.
You want me to do a perception?
Dolphin's going to move as far away from the tinkering as possible to try and get some sleep.
Ting, ting, ting.
Although it probably doesn't really worry him that much. It would have been the sound that he was used to in the mines.
Yeah. Used to it.
If it's dark, Ema will start humming.
Oh, God. You hear Ema humming.
The light's on so you can see it, so there'll be some vague light there.
Might still hum. You never know. It's up to Ema. And,
Ema
Zan, go ahead.
Ema will find a dark spot to lie down and start humming through the dark.
Sonora will be as far away from both Ema
Sebastian.
and Sebastian as she can. She's wrecked. And just gonna start going to sleep. In fact, she'd probably be near Vilfin and occasionally do the odd fireball with the farts. Just out of habit.
Just so you guys know, I did say before, but there is a little baby fawn deer
Dinner.
in the little pen there. If you left it or not, that's up to you.
I probably will let it out.
All right. It's going to run. If you let it out, it's going to run off out the door. I'm scared to death. And Sebastian.
Useless.
Oh, go ahead. Sebastian, do you tinker outside with Xanth, or are you tinkering inside?
Within the light, that like because it shoots forward, so everything behind it would be black. So just kind of just having a light, and I'm not really building anything. I'm just checking the parts to make sure it all works properly. Not actually banging anything, trying to keep it quiet.
Okay.
And my perception check was shit at 12.
Well, I'm assuming if you're on watch. Oh.
You muted DM.
I'm assuming if you're on watch for Xanth, you probably moved your light and yourself out toward the opening where he is, right? To keep watch.
Kind of like at the mouth of the
Mouth
cave.
of the cave.
Yeah.
Xanth's gonna make a big circle, basically, around the perimeter where the other two caves are, and he's gonna probably investigate inside there. He
Okay,
invites
and-
you along
and-
if you want to come.
And then after, like, halfway through the watch, I'm going to go to Vilfin. Does he have any small beards or something in his beard?
Why?
See your face. You have to say the truth. Come on.
What,
But it
yeah,
is
he probably would.
singed.
Okay.
I mean, he's probably, by this stage, probably cut off the singed stuff and has rebraided it, and it does have the typical dwarven rune beads in the moustache part and the beard part.
Okay, so the two in the moustache part, I'm going to touch them and imbue them.
Wilbur's not a light sleeper, just so you know.
I don't actually have to touch them that hard, so I just got to touch them.
All right, roll sleight of hand.
Okay.
My perception, perception at disadvantage, I would imagine.
Yeah, because you're snoring and farting too.
Yeah. The 17 was the first. And 4 was the second, so he probably wins.
18 was my sleight of hand.
Son of a
Oh,
bitch.
God.
So I'm going to touch him, and I'm going to make it smell like his beard is still burnt. The smell
Probably
is
smells like that anyway.
Yeah, but it's just gonna be there always.
I would have thought you'd done the ocean, but okay.
No, just the smell of burnt beard. So even once it starts healing, he's gonna smell his burnt beard.
Rock gnomes.
It probably stir as he breathes in and smells burning. It probably would stir him a little bit, not wake him, but
You might think something's on fire. You might be traumatized.
And
you probably
and
hear
then,
him go, fire.
and then after that,
Denora,
I'll
no.
shake him awake and say, Vilfin, it's time for your watch, man. It's your watch.
Smell. Something burning. Right. I can still smell my beard burning. If we're ever going to get rid of that smell. Yeah. Right, is anything happening?
No. Xanth is out doing laps. And yeah, it's been pretty quiet.
Oh, okay. Smell burnt here. I thought it would be gone by now. Things be getting stronger.
Do you say anything more, or you just keep it to yourself?
I'm just going to
You've said what you've said.
I can't smell any beard, man. No.
Thank you, Wicked Raspberry, for the lovely comment and for the follow. Really appreciate you too. I appreciate you watching. So, Vilfin, Xanth is out and about.
You said son of a bitch.
City Karma will come after you.
I love that magical tinkering. I really do.
Alright.
Xanth has not. He's made his way around, but he hasn't come back yet. Do you choose to go out
wait
and
for
look
him.
at the caves with him, or are you going to wait for
I'll
him? to
wait for him
return?
to come back
Okay. It's
and then
about
suggest he get some sleep.
5-10 minutes. He comes back and comes to the mouth of the cave and nods to you and sets his javelin to the side and kind of tries to kneel down in this kind of confined space. As a centaur, he probably might give up and just sleep under this tree over here on this side.
So I'll definitely keep an eye on him. I'll leave the lantern at the mouth of the cave, and because I have dark vision, I'll just do a perimeter walk on my own, just with dark vision.
Okay.
And Sonora will take third watch.
All right. Ema and Renalac, you guys gonna sleep it off tonight? Or did you want to join Zenora?
Damn, that smell of
you're
burning
wonderful,
here just
Mark.
give me a tickle in my throat.
Yeah, I'll keep sleeping.
Okay. Make your perception roll for the night for you, Vilfin.
Perception. Badoosh. Ginormous 13.
All right, 13. You hear the crickets, the sounds of the forest. You see the little will-o-wisps light in the distance, but they keep well away from you guys. And it's just actually sounds like a eerily peaceful night compared to what you guys have just witnessed. No more rain, the water's glistening still in the leaves and the trees, and it goes without much else happening. Do you wake Zenora after that?
Yeah, I wander back in after the watch and just use my staff to give her a poke from a distance, just in case she wakes with a start, claws out.
Sonora wakes up and does a little bit of a... Does she have an idea of what just happened?
I was thinking too, because does anyone else smell it besides
Yeah, how
Vilfin, or is this a
strong is that
magical
smell?
smell?
Yeah, I'd be wondering because it smells and I'm like, does it smell like something I did?
Yeah.
Like,
I would have made the smell like quite weak, but
Really
because
subtle,
it's so
yeah.
close to his nose, it would
Yeah.
be strong.
I'm wondering because I'm a cat and I'm wondering if I could smell it with my passive, with my perception.
Okay.
Should I?
Here, I'll
I'm
roll a
wondering if I
perception.
could smell it.
I would roll
Game's discretion
perception just
there.
to see if you...
That would be a 16.
I was setting it for 10, so yeah. You smell it.
Okay, I'll go and I'll kind of go up to Vilfin a little bit and pat him, just gradually thank you and put my head a bit closer and then realize what the hell's just happened because I saw the last time that what happened, with the tossing of the stones. And I'm like, okay, you wouldn't happen to have any of that stinky cheese still, would you, Vilfin?
Yeah. Quite
Do you
nice
mind
stuff.
if I have
Sure.
just a small amount?
Okay.
Okay.
And he goes back to his packs. Would left his pack inside. Goes and grabs. It's in a little wrapped up in brown paper bag. Cuts off a piece and gives it to her.
Mm.
And
And
Ema,
it's pretty rank.
It's been like
yeah.
a good week and a half now. Mm.
say,
Wilfred loves it. It's great. I mean, the older the stinkier, the better. But
so she's just wants a small amount, and she'll say thank you. Let Vilfin go to sleep, and she'll wake up. Ema, say, do you want to watch or not, or do you want to go back to sleep?
I can watch either or.
Okay. You take watch. I've got something I've got to do. And
Okay.
I will go very quietly to Sebastian's backpack. And I will smear it in and rub it in nice and slowly, just on the pack, not just on the pack, and just rub up and down with the blue cheese. It's nice and quiet, and make sure that it's all massaged in. And then I'm going to walk away and finish the lunch.
Okay, well, because I made Sebastian do sleight of hand, I'll ask you to make a sleight of hand as well for see if you make any noise.
With advantage?
Yeah, I think, because I gave a Vilfin disadvantage on the opposing roll.
Alright, so the sleight of hand, so the first one, where is it? First one is a 14. Second one is a 20.
oh shit!
Yeah, little Sebastian's making little rock gnome toots and snoring away.
And I'm going to just quickly walk away just quietly and go and do my watch.
All right, Ema, are you are you waiting outside, or are you waiting for her inside? Like she said.
I'd just be sort of sitting leaning against the entranceway.
Okay.
And I'll just sit down next to Emma. It's been a long... whew, that was crazy. How did you go?
I'm good. Just relaxing. I haven't seen anything. There's centaur over there under a tree. What about from there?
Did you get to talk to the deer before the fawn before it left?
Oh no, I didn't see it.
Oh, well, I think it's been a long day. Whew, and I'll just sit and do a couple of watches around the actual.
Couple laps
I'll
around.
walk around a couple of laps around every now and again just to make sure there's nothing going on.
All right. You guys check the other 2 caves. I mean, Xanth's already checked them, but he didn't mention it to you guys, though.
Since Ema's up, I would probably have a look in the other cave since I have dark vision and he doesn't, so I would do that. So I'll have a look in.
It's the same kind of setup, but it's just reversed on each cave. There's a little hatch in the back of each one with a secret little door, so it makes a little triad. There's a living quarters in each one. There's a pen to sacrifice some kind of animal. Some are empty. One has a little mouse, and one has a boar sitting there in a cage, and the other's empty. So it's up to you if you let him go or not, or just leave him.
I will let the mouse go, but the boar I'd probably burn to death.
Burn to death the boar.
Yeah, burn it, and then take whatever's left. And I'm like, oh well, we've got some food for a bit, and take it back to round to the other ones to have for breakfast.
Ema, do you follow? If you didn't follow, you hear the squealing of a boar, and then Zenora coming back. If you followed, then you witnessed it all.
Ema would just stand in the cave, sort of
Yeah. So you
watching the camp.
hear the squealing, and then Zenora's coming back with a roasted pig. And have you guys roll perceptions as well.
That will be 15 for perception.
It's 3 with a nat 1.
Wow.
Critical fail.
Ema's noticing some lovely clovers. They're almost luscious in the moonlight, and it's kind of distracted. But Nora, you hear like way in the distance, but it is very low. It's you think might sound like a horn blowing, like low. You know, like those war horns. Very, very faint. You're almost second guessing it because it's very far away. But or it could be Vilfin farting, but sounds like a war horn. So, and as the day breaks and people are starting to wake up, I'm assuming Vilfin would go out for his ritual, no matter what.
Yep.
And Sonora would be doing the same.
Still concerned about the smell coming from his bed. Still, like it seems to be getting stronger, not getting less, which is a little bit of a concern. But he sort of brushes it off, does the ritual for the sun, Lathander, and then into working through the movements with his staff with Sonora.
And you all benefit from a long rest.
And and now that she's done it the once, he would probably sit and wait for her until she's ready, and then go straight into the combat part of it. Just 50% speed, just working through the motions.
And Sonora would be using both. Oh well, she can't use the quarterstaff, but she'd be using her scimitar because her quarterstaff's still in the back room. So
Right.
she'd be. What else do I have? Let's check.
Wilfin would just mimic whatever she's doing. Like he'd be using a staff in as a single staff. if she's only got the one weapon.
Yeah, and once we're finished, I'll go and get my quarterstaff from
Yeah.
the latch.
Yes.
You'd have to wait for me to go erectus minimus to reduce the pole as well.
So yeah.
Sebastian, you wake up with the smell of something funky. It might be the skunk weight going off. You're not too sure. It's been... haven't been in the shop to
Smell.
get fresh.
The smell of this group's getting weirder and weirder every morning, I swear. Oh. Still smell like butter.
And cheese.
She's her dead body. At this point, it might have
It
evolved.
smells like something crawled in here and died. What the fuck's going on? Although that, Sebastian, you smell kind of nice, to be frank. I mean, you don't take that in a weird way, of course.
Like he's delicious. Oof.
If I can
You're
get
not-
past this smell of burning here, I'll be fine.
Sebastian just looks pensively, trying to figure out what he might have, apparently.
I wonder if Fandolin has a beard groomer or something. Might have to get something done about it.
What Griffin would look very nice is if you got some new clips. There's some ones that look like stone, and I reckon that would look really, really nice in your beard.
What's wrong with the ones I have? I
No.
made them myself.
I know, but I was thinking of a change, so you actually you could swap them out, and I'll grab my ties, and I've got like several ties. See, different colors, so you can, if you want, you can change it to how your mood feels.
I
Okay.
like him the way he is.
I kind of like the ones I have.
I
Okay.
am elbowing Radalek hard. Just go with it, kind of thing.
Well, I'll see. I don't know. I'm kind of if you haven't noticed, I'm kind of resistant to change. I'm not kind of. I mean, I'm
True.
kind of set in my ways a little.
Very true.
I mean, you have no idea how hard it was for a dwarf to not wield an axe or a warhammer. I mean, it's taken me a while to get used to this wee stick. I mean, this new one's pretty good, but I do like the weight of an axe in my hand.
So have I noticed that it's actually my pack giving off the cheese smell?
Are you gonna investigate your stuff?
Yeah.
You know
With
what
that kind
to
of
roll.
spell, you would have to. I mean, my God, we're talking like stinky old blue cheese. Yeah,
Okay, so
man.
investigating my pack with a 25.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you don't know where it's coming
You
from.
sniff your shoes, you take them off, you smell your armpits, and then you get to your pack, and it smells like it's not camembert. What's that one sticky cheese?
Blue vein.
Blue vein, but a very
So-
old blue vein.
So I'm gonna go.
You're like, poof.
Oh, so I must have had some cheese or something go off on it. Prestidigitation, clean it up.
Roachford is the one you're thinking of, by the way.
Go over to
Limburger. I was thinking Limburger.
Radalak's bag as well and cast prestidigitation on his pack, which will make it stop smelling like butter.
No, actually, it wasn't his pack that smelled like butter anymore because Cor went and gave him a brand new pack and washed all of his stuff. But he might have this little air of butter smell on his clothes, probably, because I don't think he
I'm
washed
gonna
that.
just start touching his clothes.
Just touching Radlac and just
Touching.
everyone's touching
and,
Radlac.
and making it smell better.
Feeling the love.
Okay.
Can you do that with my beard to make it stop smelling like a burnt hair? By any chance?
Maybe. I don't know.
Oh,
Right.
I think you could probably have a good idea to do that, don't you think, Sebastian?
Look, he's growing. Like, he's letting people touch him and stuff.
Well, yeah.
Personal growth.
Kind of, yeah. I mean, Yeah.
So I'll go over and I'll do it, and it doesn't make a difference.
I knew it wouldn't.
You didn't actually cast it, did you?
Yeah,
You
cast
faked it.
prestidigitation, and it did make a little difference. It's not as bad. It's still there, but it's not as bad.
Because it wouldn't affect the spell that he's put on the beads. It would.
No.
It would affect the hair, definitely.
Yeah, I'd actually down one of the stones.
Okay.
I'll let one of the stones go. So you still got another. So it's there, but it's just
It's
not
really subtle. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's that subtle, like
Right. Good.
could be like your nasal hair is actually burnt, not your
That's
beard.
a wee bit better. Thank you. I think it's still in my nose. I think, but I can manage that. Appreciate
Sonora
it
is
very
going
much.
to walk over to Sebastian and just pat his head. You know, it's a subtle nod that I know exactly what you did. I'm not getting on you. Play nice.
That is a good point. Drex brings up a good point. Did you wash after you've smeared it all over his backpack, or do your hands smell like cheese?
Would have because he had it in wax paper, so I would
That's
have
right.
wax paper and gone all over it
And
with the
then-
wax paper,
Yeah.
and then washed my hands afterwards.
Yeah,
Good
you'd want
point.
to. It would stink pretty
Oh
bad.
yeah.
All right. So,
Yes, you got a long rest, Jess.
yes, everyone got a long rest now. So, with that,
Yes,
Xanth.
that's how I have prestidigitation now. I swap the spell.
It's a good idea.
Xanth is outside. Ema, have you gone outside to graze yet? Probably for your
I would have
breakfast.
gone out to I would have been grazing when I finished my thing.
Yep.
I finished my shift, and then I'd go inside and be looking at the orc writings on the wall.
Yes. All right. What you see is the 3 stick figures with the lightning, the 3 bolts of lightning, and if you roll insight, higher than 10's what you need.
Nope.
Nope. You can't make out what this is about, but yeah. So that's what you see.
Ema probably wouldn't have a clue anyway. So.
But question to the DM: is there a small stone on the ground?
For fuck's sake.
Just yes or no. That's all I need.
It is a cave, and it's orc, so they're not exactly clean. So I would say
I just pick up a couple of them, and I put them in my pocket. That's it.
I feel sorry for Sebastian if Vilfin ever finds out what he's done.
I can honestly say I've had my fun with you. Someone else is about to cop it.
God.
Sonora's going to see the stones and just look at him and shake her head. Think, just gonna look at him and shake her head. And meanwhile, have her claws extend and come back in, back in, and extend and come back in, and then look at him again.
I don't think it's going to stop him.
Yeah, I'm tempted to say roll intimidation, but I really don't know that it would be. It's Sebastian.
Sebastian's, yeah, I don't
He's
think
just
it'll work
like
either way.
chill.
It's like, man, I'm going to have some fun.
That's all we get to time for me. I just got some fun.
Oh God. All right. So Xanth is outside with Ema, watching Ema graze. Kind of just doesn't have a shocked expression or anything. He takes it as it comes. And he goes over and waits for the rest of the party to come out. If he sees the rest of the party come out, he'll ask Ema probably first. So what are the plans from now? I can head back to Falcons probably and tell him what's happened.
I don't know. So I just roll as a group.
Zenora's gonna come out and go, I'm pretty sure that was Gothax. I think that's what they summoned, because that is what we saw. You said that you saw it die. I don't believe you fucking buried it, but I think you thought you saw it died. So I'm going to go under the assumption that it
Is that
may
the
be
big
dead.
pig thing?
Yeah,
That you
well,
talk-
that's the big thing.
What did you exactly see, Emma, when it had supposedly died?
I saw my arrows hit it, and then it exploded, and then it wasn't there anymore. I just figured my attack was so powerful that it just blew it a bit.
Do you have exploding arrows?
No.
Then
Oh, that's a good
Did
idea.
it just explode, or did something hit it, or beside your arrow?
I don't know, it sort of sounded like when, like before we attacked it, and there was like rumbly sounds.
Oh, so there was
Uh-huh.
thunder and shite in the sky still.
if there was lightning, then that could be Talos.
Might be some residual giraffe powers he's got.
What is this,
Could be.
Gorthek? Is this the
Uh,
Talos?
So
This is
lightning
the
pig,
Talos.
apparently. I
It's,
think.
So-
yeah, aye, it's something to do with Talos.
I've got my pipe out and I'm starting to smoke it.
I do not think a pet of a god is going to go down with one arrow.
No, I'm pretty
I mean,
sure.
we all hit it, but yes, I don't think it's going to be that easy.
I think that Talos probably teleported it out of range when it was probably very hurt, but it probably was teleported. It's going to wreak havoc. We need to warn the people of Vandalin. If you can get Falcon, maybe you can warn him and let people all around near the Winterwood know, and we'll try and warn the people of Vandalin, including, oh god, Herb Weston.
Right, speaking like little shite. Someone else can do it.
No, I'm not doing it.
He's not that bad. I'll go talk to
You
him.
can talk to him.
We got it.
Maybe.
He's a pain in my ass.
And while we're at it, we should probably speak to, what's her name that's at the guild thing?
Halia.
road.
The Thief Guild
Oh,
chief.
yeah.
She's the one that runs the General Inn store?
The mining-
supply
the mining.
store?
Yeah, she does the mining stuff.
Well,
She
we
also was the one that told us about the bounty on Radlac too.
said she's also a rogue. So if we go and give back the swords of the dwarves that we still have, and then go and speak to her and
Aye, of course,
find
yeah.
out about the rogue and who and why they were following us, and if it was part of her guild or not.
Well, that's the thing. He definitely from the Rogues Guild, and definitely under contract from the Legion. It seems.
But we need to make sure that it wasn't from her guild.
Well, he
We
did
gotta
say
find
it was to become a full-fledged member. He had
Right.
to follow us for 5 days and not be
And not to be
noticed.
seen.
So it doesn't.
Yeah, check it out.
I think he may have gone, well, you know, damn, I could also make some money off the bounty.
Possibly.
So I think it's. I never met the woman, so I don't know.
She seemed
No.
pretty much on the level last time I spoke to her, but if she's a part of the guild, you just never know. They're all a bit shady and a bit shifty.
So, let's get our asses to Fandalin. We've got to warn them about this pig that could be coming, and with it lightning and all sorts of bullshit.
Might do, yeah. One Fandolin to make sure travellers are not travelling alone, and with at least armed escort
Alright.
or some such.
Maybe when we saw the gods and they gave us all gifts, they gave me the power to make stuff explode without having explosions. I
Pretty
mean,
sure they
sound
didn't
cool,
do that, but yeah,
I did hug the gods.
you did hug them indeed, and I'm sure they appreciated it.
This is a weird group.
I'm actually surprised they didn't make him go boom.
It surely is.
It's like Ema's completely missed the entire conversation that's all thinking about exploding the
Pigs.
pig.
Strange group indeed, Xanth.
Odd.
Opposites attract, as they say.
Let's
We're strange, but we get shit done.
Hey,
Mostly.
Let's presume, Ema, that you did let it go, explode and boom. What's to say the Talos wouldn't find another way to summon Gorthax and all of that kind of stuff? So
What's
it's
to say
still a
that
good
Talos
idea.
doesn't come down and strike you dead for killing his pig? He might be coming after you.
Well,
So,
maybe when I killed the pig, I made him explode too.
let's go.
Of course, you keep thinking that way.
I'm just walking.
I don't think that's how it works, man.
Oh no, let him think that. If it keeps him happy, so be it. Are you happy, Ema? Ema?
Yeah, I'm happy.
He's happy. Let's leave
Yeah.
it at that.
Sonora has already started walking. She said goodbye to Zant and started walking on what she thought she was.
Pleasure,
Xantha.
we may see you back at Falcon's place.
All right. And he does a wave around and starts to trot toward the Falcon's Lodge, which you guys are up here. You can see, yep. Okay, and you're up here. Falcon's Lodge is that way. I'm assuming you guys are going straight down to make an easy way of it back to Fandolin. Each of these. So, to save on our time frame, we will skip ahead because you would have had a rest in between. So on the second day's journey, you arrive at Fandolin about 1-ish in the afternoon. As you come into town, where are you heading first? Because I think that you guys were going to split up. Some go to Harbin and some go to Haley and that.
I think Vilfin and Sonora are avoiding Harbin as much as possible.
We're all talking that.
Me and Rattlelake will go to Harbin.
Yeah.
Emo,
You want to come to me to Ilya, Zenora? We're gonna we'll drop those swords off.
Ema wants to go with who is going to a shop.
a shop.
That rogue person was a shop, wasn't it? Or was that a different
It's a
person?
miners' exchange. It's more for contracts for the miners and Fandolin. You'll be passing. Either way you go, you will be passing by a shop. If you wanted to stop in.
I want to stop and talk to that very smiley, happy person.
Sonora will end up going there anyway. She's got to pick up her braces.
Okay.
Okay, good.
And apparently some wine. She hasn't got her wine that she ordered.
Okay.
So
So
we'll go to Helia first.
All right.
Yeah, 'cause of the swords.
So we go to Halia first. As you guys are going through, you start to see a sign by the town square, which usually that's the quest board, but there is a sign for kind of like, it's like an exotic animals carnival that's coming in the day where they have exotic animals all over the world to show off. Not really a circus, it's more like a show that is coming to town, and all the little kids are standing around it happy. If you've kept the picture, none of the from the rogue, which I do believe you did,
I did.
none of you guys noticed this, any of the children matching the pictures, so you know. You go down to the miners' exchange. We'll go there first. Halia is at her usual table, checking out the miners with their tools. As you stand in line and you get up to her, what would you like to say?
Good morning, Helia. We got some bad news again, and I'll offload. I think we split it up, didn't we, Vilfin, anyway? So we'll offload the weapons. This is from the mine. I'm sorry. It's deeply troubling. We said we'd deal with it and give it to you to give to their family.
That's a shame. Yeah, thank you. They'll go back to their families. Guess I'll have to hire some more out there. Hopefully it's safe.
Also, something curious. Very curious. I didn't catch his name. He wasn't very talkative. Could have been because of the arrow in the throat. But a young rogue, or want-to-be rogue, was following us. and he was on his assignment. Any chance you know anything about this one?
His name was Merrick. Yeah,
He's one of yours then.
not anymore. He's dead.
He was alive when he left us.
He's dead.
The wife and children, they're still alive?
They're still alive, yes. They live in Leyland? I don't know. It's a new town coming up to the south. They're trying to build there.
So you had him following us then?
Yeah, I couldn't think of any other kind of quest to give him, so I picked a tough
Why
one.
did they have Radlax bounty?
That I don't know.
Yeah.
But,
Inside check.
yeah, go ahead. Insight check if you don't believe her.
I'll give you advantage.
He would have probably known about it because it is on my desk among the other
15.
things. She has a straight face. She looks straight at you. Doesn't side swerve or anything. She seems to be on the level.
Out of curiosity, do you know the wife and child's name?
I don't know. I don't get into their personal stuff. But I did know that he had something in his pocket with his wife and child in it.
Yeah.
Not
So-
when he died, though.
No, that's fine. If we ever go out that way, we will distribute his stuff to you.
And we
Yeah.
would appreciate
Don't
no
send any
more people following us.
I'd hate to get them killed.
That's a choice they make.
Oh, it's a choice you made by sending him out to spy on us.
He
to
could
be
choose
fair.
not to take it and become a shopkeep, but that's a part of being a rogue. Hard lessons learned.
Choose someone else for him to follow. Chances are, if they follow us, they'll die. Just so you know.
Be a good
I'll take
quest
it under
then.
consideration. If they come after us and we see them, they're dead. Is that a good idea? Good idea?
But he didn't harm you at all, did he? Didn't raise a weapon to you?
No, but someone else raised their weapon to him. We made it so he lived.
Yeah. Like I said, choices.
So, yeah. We'll be fine. Sorry, I've got someone trapped.
That's okay. We will go to Harbin Westers with Sebastian and Radlac real quick, and then we'll go to Barthen's Provisions after. The bouncer is at outside Harbin Wester's door doing his due diligence daily. Sees you come in and he stops you right there and knocks on the door for you. You see the sliding of the little window in the door. Oh, hello. I got a quest for you. Dragon's Barrow. Apparently there's a sword there. Hello?
Oh, this one?
Yeah, I think we've done that quest, man.
Good job.
You got something better?
Preemptive.
Yeah, we're good. Like, we can... We're good.
Well, I don't have anything offhand yet. Maybe tomorrow I would have something for you. I'll have to look.
We came here to tell you about a big pig.
My brother?
No.
No, bigger, man.
Oh!
He's huge.
Bigger than him.
Bigger and
Ah,
Big,
less
big, big, big.
soiling itself.
Big, big,
Oh.
poo.
Yeah.
well, something does smell.
Goth back.
Oh,
I pull out one of the stones and I make a static visual image of the big pig.
oh, nice.
And I go, it looked like this, man.
Yeah,
That's
but
cool.
like bigger.
Is it tiny? What size is it? Is it cut in color? I want to know these things.
Well, yeah, it'd be like a decent size, like say 30 centimeters long by about 15 centimeters high. And I'd put a little person down there, and I'd say, "See, that's me, and that was the pig."
To scale.
So it's like,
To scale.
so you can like get an idea.
That is a good trick. I love that.
Ooh, and underneath its foot, it would have a little cat being squashed.
Is this what really happened? That's very sad.
Yeah, Zenora got stepped on.
Oh, my condolences.
Cats have more than one life. She's right.
Yeah, I heard that
Oh, she's
rumor.
okay.
Well, she's still alive, so
Oh, okay, good.
maybe it's real.
That pig would make a lot of bacon sandwiches.
So,
Now that I think of it.
That pig would feed the town for years.
so we're supposed to board up over a boar up high, a big pig. Is what you're saying? We have
I
to.
mean, just
This pig was huge, man. It
Don't
was
feel
huge.
threatened.
Can't you see the scale? Like,
had like
that's me, Zenora.
stuff.
Look, I can even put Radalak in there if you want, so that you can get a better, because you can see Radalak. He's a. So I changed me with Radalak, so that you get a better scale reference.
How much skunkweed have you had, son? It seems like you really need to lay off the stuff, I think, because I mean, I did see Radalak smoke it too, so maybe you guys need to calm down a bit on that. A little bit.
Well, we told you, and that's what we said we do. So
Look, we've done the job for the sword. I mean, did someone want the sword?
No one wanted the sword. I just thought that would help you out, since if you kill this dragon, then I think it'd solve all our problems, because the orcs and everything could go home. Everything, the minotaurs, everything, and go back to normal. If you could find out where it lives, that'd be
Is
great.
that how that works?
Oh, wait a minute, do we know where the dragon lives? Did anyone ask for his address?
I don't talk to dragons. Is there a dragon coming? And he slams the window shut of his door, and boards up. You hear lots of locks, and he passes 1 gold under the doorway for you. For your trouble. That's the end of that conversation for him, pretty much. You guys are left at the door standing.
Just looking for a dragon.
You see a dragon, man? I don't see a dragon.
No pig either.
So I'm gonna leave the little pig there on the thinger. And it's just gonna stomp continuously on Zenora.
Squash, squash, squash. All right. Ema is with you guys. You head to or she's with, he is with Zenora and Wilfin, yes? Heading to the Barthen's provisions really quick.
So yeah, we'd be going to Sue's. I'm gonna walk in and go, "Hi, Sue."
Oh, hi there, guys. How are you? Bob's not in. He's still missing. What can I
Missing?
get for you?
What do you mean missing?
Well, you know how I said a week ago he went out and he filmed something and he just never came back? He just never came back.
Do you know worried?
Yeah, but he's done this before. He'll probably turn up.
Do
Do
you have
want
a?
us to go looking for him?
Well, you know, if you see him in your adventures, yeah, tell him to get his butt home.
Could you tell us what he looks like, perhaps?
Where did he go?
He's kind of short and round and lazy, and he's got black hair, beard. Kind of like Velfin a little bit, but, you know,
Calling me fat.
no, stout. Stocky,
Like that.
dwarvish.
Sounds about right.
So I got the wine, and she pulls out a bottle and gets that there. And she's,
Thanks very much, Sue. And I'll pop it in my bag. Did my coordinates are they ready?
yes, they are ready. And she hands you a bracers, which I'll put in at the end of the show there for you to get you all set up. And is there anything else? Hi, Ema. How are you?
The other thing I want, I need a few provisions. Do you have any honey. Do you have any feathers? I'm looking for. Have you heard of this? It's strange. It's really, really sticky and it's like a glue. Do you have any of that?
Glue? I think we get glue from horses. Don't tell Ema. But yeah, we got some we can make, and yeah, I got you. And she picks out the things. She goes down the shelves.
And I'm also looking for some. Do you have any bad wine that's gone really, really bad? And there's this thing called. It's like baking. It's bicarbonate. Do you have any of that?
Oh,
It's probably very specialist, but I want bicarbonate of patterns if you've got any of that.
you are really cooking up something there, aren't you? All right.
Just preparations, just in case.
She's gonna go look for that stuff.
So
And
honey,
yeah,
glue,
setting stuff
feathers.
on the counter for you. She said about 50 silver ought to do it, I think.
Vinegar and what was the other thing I said was bicarb.
Bad wine she does not have.
Bad wine she does not have. I might see if
You know you can just leave a bottle out in the sun and it'll go bad overnight.
that's okay.
Well,
I
over
will
a day or two.
I'll get some from the
Maybe Toblin
Eating.
at the end might have.
yeah, that's what I thought. I might get some from Dublin. But yeah, so I'll get some from them. So yeah, so I got all that. So yeah, and the dresses, and I'm gonna whisper something into Sue's ear,
Mhm.
and
Send
I
him?
will send
All
I
right.
will send you a message for that, and I'll do that in Discord because it's just easier for me.
Okay.
So,
All right.
so yeah, I just want to get that. So yeah, and
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I can get you that. And she hands
Sure.
over a box already packaged and stuff. And about, let's say 60 silver now with that.
60 silver. Or what is?
Ema, is there anything I can get you?
I need more arrows. I've got this other bow that I don't use anymore. Am I able to trade it for more arrows?
Oh,
Or-
sure. We sell them in packs of 20. Is that okay?
That's good. I need a couple, maybe.
Okay, so maybe about, what, 2 or 3 packs, or?
Yeah, sure. I shouldn't have
That's a
been to my
lot.
paper if I had one.
All right. We'll make an even trade. All right. Anything?
Alright, so is that 3 things of thingies?
Yeah, that'd be
for-
60 arrows. That's a lot.
Sweet.
Good to go.
I figure out how to add them and remove that thing.
Bilfin, how you doing? You look great. You're going with the
I'm all right.
shorter look.
Yeah, not by choice. But you said what was his name? Bob.
Bob. Yeah.
Which way did he go? Like which direction?
He went towards the south on the road. I think somebody saw him. I don't know why you'd go get milk and and a pipe from the south when we have that stuff here. But you know, he wanted.
And you
to
say
go
he's
that
been
way.
gone for what? How many days now?
Well, I said a week, but it's probably just 4.
Just 4 days, or
Probably 4 days. Yeah.
we'll keep an eye out for him and see if we find him on our journeys.
Do you think that they could have gone to Leolin?
Oh,
Yeah.
they're building something down there, a new town or something. Maybe he's trying to start up another shop or something, and I don't know
Oh.
about it.
And what? I see a sign outside about like a carnival or
Oh,
something.
yeah,
What's that all
comes
about?
every year. They hunt these animals, and then they cage them, and then they show them off all over the realm and stuff. They got gorillas and rhinos and all kinds of things. It's crazy. I don't like
So-
it. There's no
Is
room.
another gonna turn around and say, "Oh, what
You might have
about
to check that out.
Yeah,
interested to. I mean, I've heard of a rhinoceros or
Yeah, it's
something.
something about a sore ass. Yeah, something.
Yeah,
It's got a
I've
horn.
heard
I
that.
think that's what it does. It pokes you in the,
Yeah, I heard that. I'm kind of interested to take a look.
Zenora's gonna slightly freak out a little considering what she is. Um,
Well, maybe we should go have a look, find out what they got.
where
Could
is
be interesting.
It's
What
gonna
is
be
it?
coming through town tomorrow. So if you're still resting here tonight, it'll be there by tomorrow, probably.
We'll go have a look tomorrow before we head out.
Yes.
Never
so
know what you might see. Might be something fancy.
Okay. Zenora's very distracted and she's obviously paid for everything, got her braces, and she's just walked out and is standing outside. She's got a funny feeling and she's not sure she likes it.
2 gold for you, Ema, for the heroes and all. And,
I thought it was David tried for the bow.
oh yeah, it was. Never mind. Sorry, I got distracted about Bob. All right. Well,
It's all right. It's all right.
I hope to see you again.
Oh, we'll be back.
All right.
Mate,
And
you got the best cheese in town. We'll be back.
well, thanks. And she waves by. The door dings with the little bell on it as you leave. And as you guys leave, you hear the thundering of hooves rushing through, and the sound's really familiar of help, help. And if you guys want to roll insight for me, see if you know who that is. As you guys are leaving out the door,
Natural 20.
Nice.
25.
Corwin is riding on Batorius with Pell on the back, bobbing up and down and holding on. And they get down quickly, and he shakes his head, and Pell rushes to you, Ema, and grabs onto you in a hug. His puppy has a little burnt ear. He only has one puppy in his arms.
No.
And Corwin's like, it's all gone. It's all gone,
What are you
burned down.
Take a breath. What's going on?
Falcon, he got us on the horse and slapped on the rear and let us run. There's 20 orcs. They just stampeded the lodge, set fire to everything. Falcon was freeing the animals, told us to go and turn, probably to free more animals. I hope he's smart enough not to fight all those. And then this giant lightning-looking thing started storming through the woods.
I told
And
you that pig didn't die.
it's all gone. The lodge is gone.
Did you see where the falcon got away?
He turned to face the stables, so I don't know if he's trying to save more puppies for Pell or what, but I'm sure he'll be all right.
Did you see Xanth there though? He left us
No,
a couple of days ago.
I didn't see that. But
Shite.
that is
What
where.
about the pretty horse?
What about the what horse? The
Pretty
Batorius?
horse.
The
Yeah.
one that you talked to? Yeah, they're riding on it, so
Okay,
he
good.
is safe. Priorities,
I
you
guess
know.
we better find the others. I don't know if we can do anything tonight, but we'll head out tomorrow. See what we can do. See if we can find him.
Yeah, I don't think it's getting late.
Do you have somewhere to stay?
I figure, well, I'll take Pell to the inn and we'll stay at the inn. I've got some gold on me. We'll wait for Falcon. He knows.
But,
Uh,
no, you tell
10
tell
gold.
Tom it's on us.
Yeah,
We'll pay.
yeah.
No,
So,
no drama.
And Pell is just cry. He doesn't make noise. His tears are just streaming. He's just holding on to Ema and
Senora
hugging him.
gives Corwin 10 gold and said, "This is on us. Food, drink.
Thank you.
Just go rest."
Thank you.
And yeah, she says, "We'll see you at the inn and get some more. Just go and relax." And I'm just going to look at Philfin and go, "I got a bad feeling about all of this. I'm not happy."
That's where
There's
we're
nothing good about any of this, to be honest.
gonna call it on our bad feeling. I'm gonna call it a little early. It's a good note to end it on. I don't want to end it on something good conversations and make it too late. So.
Excuse me.
And we got lots of sickies
Sorry,
that need
yeah.
some rest on their voices for Sunday. So I hope you guys enjoyed the story tonight. Who wants to go first? We'll go on the Sebastian side. Sebastian.
I liked tormenting Dolphin. That was fun.
You'll keep.
It's really interesting and to play an artificer that has a slight jokester type personality instead of just being serious. It's a little bit more relieving. Also, I liked the pig. I always enjoyed the pig, except the last time it nearly killed us.
Nearly killed us this time.
No, we
Everyone
were a
was
lot
pretty much
better
dead.
off than what the last time was, trust me.
I mean, if we stayed, we probably would have been in the same position, to be fair.
Yeah, that's why I kind of just went, oh, we run.
Last time the pig came and then Cryovane came because they rolled Cryovane to be there and
Oh, wow.
they battled it out with yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, it went bad.
It's fun.
It went very, very bad.
I liked it.
Very, very quickly because we're sitting there going, shit. But yeah, that was that. It's very good, just good story.
Grim, aka Red Lag.
Just the banter and the tricks and the pranks and Wilfin. I'm like his personal growth. He's
Yeah, I'm allowing people to touch him now.
So funny.
and that pig was crazy. And then Ema coming in and saying,
I killed it.
I killed it and buried it.
That was good. That was really good. Zenora.
I like how I almost died and how between Vilfin and myself trying to get me out of that space,
Yeah, it's crazy.
that was just immense. And the fact I'm like, oh, Stunning Strike works, but I had just the fiery teleportation and the fact, oh yeah, this was a thing, I forgot about this, and I'm like going through my spells.
That was
and making
good.
sure that it worked.
I knew Stunning Strike was
That's
a
smart.
was a sort of an outside chance because I knew that it would definitely have a high constitution. So DC 13, chances are it was definitely going to save against it, but had to try.
Yeah. I also like the banter between Sebastian with Vilfin and then Sonora with Sebastian. And that shopping list that I did is not necessarily for anything bad, it's just there.
Scary. Intimidating.
It's just there. I want to have random items because sometimes random items come in handy.
You never know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel
now
like
the
Karma's
DM's going to
gonna
have to
come
come
in.
up with the equivalent of bicarbonate.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck am I gonna...
You have to do some research.
We can make it work.
What is the fantasy equivalent of bicarbonate?
If I can make a giraffe work, I can make this work. Vilfin!
You'd be surprised what you can make work in a D&D setting. Yeah, just the whole Vilfin screwing with Sebastian screwing with Vilfin thing, and just playing that through. That should be quite fun. Something a little different. I think the whole session, just the combat. Didn't expect the giant pig to turn up during that. I mean, I was expecting, we got obviously doing some form of ritual. I knew something was going to happen. I kind of thought we were going to succeed on stopping them before it happened. Clearly not, but it was pretty cool.
Yeah. Rolls were made. It wasn't pretty. All right. Ema.
Just the overall banter with everyone, really.
That's good.
Okay. I really liked your description of the summoning of the boar. I thought you did that really well. That was really cool.
Thanks.
Just had a couple of things like Grim saying, I still smell like butter. That cracked me up. When they talk to Hal and they're like, well, you got to watch out for this big pig. And he's like, my brother. And my healing spirit, both my pretty much
Ones,
all these
man.
things were ones. It was just like,
One is
Oh.
better than nothing.
That one saved my ass.
One gets her up and going. Yeah. Yeah, good job. I liked, there was something Zenora did. I should write these down like Baz does, but I don't. I was like, I'll remember it. And I thought, that's my favorite part. And it was at the beginning with the rogue. And I can't remember what it was. But I liked the whole, how you guys intimidated him. And the breaking the arrow but not taking it out and all that. What do you got, Drags? You write it down?
Yeah.
I
I'm
think
too
you might
slow to
down.
write it down.
writing it down.
Yeah,
I'm busy talking at the same time and going through all this
remember most
stuff.
things,
Yeah.
but
What's
yeah,
the
when that
dickhead
was-
comment? Because I saw you laugh at that.
Was the dickhead comment? I think it might have been. And I was like, oh, it's my favorite part. There's something Zenora did. I'll watch the VOD and I'll be like, there it was. Yeah.
No, that was a good scene too. I mean,
It
Zenora,
was.
the scimitar to the throat, and then switching out for her claws. Obviously, Vilfin aiding with the intimidation, cracking a guy in the ribs,
Yes.
headbutting him in the face, just as a dwarf would most likely do.
And I've never
Hey,
thought.
I enjoyed healing him, but leaving the arrow.
Yeah,
that was
right.
another good part.
And I never
But
had a
just
campaign
what-
with so
just
many
to reiterate
smells.
What reiterate Drax said about the summoning of the pig. Self-sacrifice, killing themselves, drawing the knife against their own throat, and sacrificing themselves to summon this god or this god's creature was it was out there and a little bit dark, but I like dark, so it's cool.
It's dark.
Then
But-
the other orc smiling, going, yeah, you're going to get it now.
Pretty
Sort of
much.
like, look, it's just like an awesome description.
I welcome death. You
This
guys
is-
are fucked.
Yeah, there's an air of creepiness to it that makes you feel like. I think I did hear someone go, "Oh shit!" I was like, "Okay, cool."
Poor old Radalax surrounded by little twiglets and taking 7 attacks of opportunity and actually surviving. I honestly thought you were going to go down with that.
Yeah, those little twiglets.
If I didn't have the rage, I would have 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to work out how to get Radalak out of it. I was trying to work out how. And I was sitting there going, I know I need to use my wildfire spirit in this. There's no way I cannot use it. But there was never.
But
any-
Fireball from Mr.
Yes.
Sebastian was definitely a good idea.
Fireballs are fun.
If Radalak hadn't moved, it would have still been done on him. I would have done it because it's like there's just too many things. I can always run up and save his life after the fact.
Sometimes sacrificing a crew member for the greater good is a better thing than trying to wade through just a horde of
Yeah.
mobs.
Well, if you hadn't have done Fireball, that's when my wildfire spirit would have come out, because it would have had the same kind of effect of where it comes out, and anyone within 10 foot would have burnt. So,
Yeah.
and that's where I was going with that, and then you did that, so I didn't need to do it, and I was just trying to book it. Still got hit anyway and died. Almost died.
It was fun though.
Everyone was really good at describing
Don't
tonight.
get
It
it,
was
like,
really good.
I'm going to hit the pig and then run away instead of just going, I'm going to run away. It's like, not draw the pig's attention to me.
Yeah,
I
no.
wanted to hit the pig.
Sonora has to. She has an action. She has to do it. It's compulsion to her for her to do that.
Technically, if I hadn't have attacked the pig, I could have done an 80-foot dash right to that cave and been in the cave and thought, fuck you guys, you're on your own.
Pulling that off. I'm out.
So fuck this, I'm gone.
Oh,
It's
no,
not
good
in
night.
Sonora's nature to at least a little bit. So
That's the thing, even though Vilfin is kind of a little bit angry and grumpy as he is, he's still a monk. He still has that air of sort of good about him as well.
Yeah.
So he wouldn't just leave people to die if he could do something to possibly prevent it.
So you got a lot happening. You got a kind of a caravan of animals coming to town. You've got this thing.
I'm just interested to see what animals he's going to have. To be
Yeah.
fair.
I have a funny feeling I know there's a possibility of what could happen, and I'm sitting there going, "I'm gone." Sonora would be sitting there going, "I wonder."
Mm,
I just want to
And
have a
I think the DM knows what I'm wondering.
I think she does.
I
Ray
think
tells us.
Emma's going to have a fucking field day with that, and the DM's going to hate him for it.
Talking every animal.
But then
Talking
Yeah,
every
talking
single
this
animal.
That's what- that's what- and that's what-
Choices will be
Yeah.
made.
So, yeah.
you have to make
Definitely-
choices. Do we go to the
It's
hunt
definitely
or do we go
Raven.
to the animals? And that's the decision we've got to make. And if we don't go, so how? If we don't go,
Split the party.
No.
Well, that's the thing. To go back to Falcons is going to take us at least a day.
yeah.
Yeah, or you could wait and see if Falcon show. I mean, he wouldn't
He
just
may show up.
abandon Corwin and Pell.
He may just show up tonight too. So that's why I said there was no point in going now. We might as well wait until next day and to see if he turns up overnight.
And you have a lot
Also,
of-
we need to talk to Colin and
Get a bit more
that's-
information as
yeah.
well. So.
We're gonna hit the raid button, and we will see you guys later. Bye.
See you
Let me
all.
hit the button. Woo.
Hit the button.
Button.
Hit the button.
Hit the button.